But I don't know if that's what we're hearing or not.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, he'll probably calm down. Oh, could be your gut too. But no, it was just. What I was saying is, I'm no longer wanting to participate in the flat earthing. Remember the other week I said I wanted to be. I'm a flat.
Yeah,
earther
that didn't
now.
take long.
No, I listened to some guys talk about it, and I'm just like, no, because you know what's hilarious? The View is considered as a news show.
That is the farthest thing from news that I have ever. That's like we're a diet show.
Yep. But if you know but yeah, I mean, if he wants another venue for that, but that's not where I was talking.
Okay.
No, we went to Mavericks to play pool for some reason.
Oh yeah, they'll dismiss him in a heartbeat at Mavericks.
But the problem is, like, there's people in there who would watch his ass.
He has all his teeth. They don't want him there.
That's fair.
He's not going to stab anybody. They don't want him there.
Also fair.
I see her rolling up, Uber black Cadillac, high heel boots, and a sexy body full of tats.
Okay, so I has a random question.
Talk.
I mean, it's not technically random, but it's random if you have no idea what I'm talking about. Do you think dragons are or were ever real? And I mean, like, in the mythological type of dragons that we've heard
Like
about.
sapient, or just beast of burden that can fly?
The creature itself. Do dragons themselves, as different mythological backgrounds from different parts of the world have come up with, do you think they were ever real?
I don't think so. The physics, unless magic is real, the physics doesn't work.
Well, also, not every dragon has to fly. There are many ground-based dragons. There are also water-based dragons.
Yes, but still, I don't think so. I think it was neat. It was a fantasy.
Yeah. Fantasy. So there's a couple of different things that could possibly have led to it. And like there's certain, obviously, large lizards that have existed throughout time. And in potentiality, maybe dinosaurs that have somehow escaped the cataclysms of past. But I think, at least in, let's say, European lore, I think it was probably just some drunk motherfucker saw a really big animal, had no clue what the fuck it was. And then, like, as the story just passed through multiple people, probably just got greater and greater.
And, you know, they're legends. You know, that's just kind of how they go, and it's part of those people's culture. You know.
Yeah. At least the Chinese have a reason to believe, or the reason why there's no dragons still around, because in their legends they became the 5 great rivers. You know, they had the 5 big dragons, and they become the rivers. You know, moving water.
Yeah, the Ganges and all that fun stuff.
Yeah. So, you know, in Europe, I don't know what happened there, but it is interesting to think that perhaps cultures that never interacted all came up with some type of flying mythological creature that was reptilian.
Right.
Even in South America, they had their own sort of dragon type things, or at least thunderbirds, or something to that, you know, degree. You know, so maybe there were some mythological things that were.
I'm sure there was something based in fact, a small minuscule bit of it, but then, you know, had to have been blown up.
Well, I mean, we know there were really large birds at one point. They weren't all tiny little motherfuckers.
Yeah.
You know. And once again, maybe it's possible there were dinosaurs that survived cataclysms or something else like that, you know. Because we still had megafauna across the world post Ice Age.
Yep.
You know, so you still had massive fucking elephant things. And
giant sloths. And mastodons,
mastodons, mammoths.
Saber-toothed kitties and all that.
Yeah, saber-toothed cats, which were gigantic, but they were big.
Well, what I
comparison.
really haven't researched or have been told what reptiles were present at that era, because probably very few because of the climate
near the equator where they would have kept warm. But yeah. If the series we were watching on Netflix was talking about how evolution, you know, the different reigns of things like that. And here's the crazy part: there are species of dinosaurs, and maybe I'm going to exaggerate this a little bit, that are as far apart from each other as we are from dinosaurs.
Oh yeah.
That's insane to think, because we have this weird notion that dinosaurs happened in this little chunk of time, and we're like, yay. It's like, no. Dinosaurs literally were the biggest form of life on the planet for hundreds of millions of years across this massive span of different things, whatever different reasons they got wiped out in their different eras and stuff like that. But those eras lasted millions of years.
They did.
We have zero concept of that as humanity, because we can only think back roughly 200 years. We can record history at least back a couple thousand years effectively, where it's not just some bullshit. Mm-hmm. And we have zero concept of what it's like on a massive prehistoric scale. And yet we think we can control the climate.
Yeah, right.
It's like we're so like we're fucking up the climate. Remember how the dinosaurs literally lived longer than humanity has possibly even been in the imagination of this fucking planet? It's like, but we're gonna fix climate change.
Yeah, we have absolutely no control. Climate change is the climate change doctrine is a money grab.
Yeah,
that's all it's turned into.
Oh, I have now. Is that Bandit whining, or is that something else?
No clue.
So we has a dog out in the living room for.
Yeah, I got my retired working dog Bandit. He's healed up after a recent injury, and I decided to bring him out, let him work with me last night and tonight. Just have a good time.
My camera is slightly out of frame because of everything I moved yesterday, so
yeah.
I didn't even look over at the screen to go, oh hey, yeah, I'm like literally off center, but it's fine.
He's being a bit of a baby at the moment.
That's fine. But I don't know if that's what we're hearing or not.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. He'll probably calm down. Oh, could be your gut too. But no, it was just. What I was saying is, I'm no longer wanting to participate in the flat earthing. Remember the other week I said I wanted to be. I'm a flat.
Yeah,
earther
that didn't
now.
take long.
No, I listened to some guys talk about it, and I'm just like, no.
Or there was those one group of flat earthers that disproved themselves.
They always do. They only ever disprove themselves by.
They set up lights or something.
Yeah, that was the one in the documentary I watched. Now, see, those guys were.
And they basically,
yeah. No, it was the like hyper like radar thing or whatever sensor that was that proved that. Oh, yeah, okay. But no, what I was watching was. It was a podcast over on the Timcast channel. It was a Culture War podcast, and they had two proper flat earthers. A guy who is like somewhere between believing in a flat earth and not, and then a kind of a scientist. He's a science person, not like a doctor or anybody like that. He does scientific work. He's a cosmologist. So he does study the stars in the sky.
Oh.
Not cosmetologist. I made sure I said the right word. And he uses, different telescopes and satellites and stuff like that to measure different things about the star in the skies. And he came on, and he's the only one trying to prove, at least during the podcast, that the Earth is in fact not flat. And literally, I think I was probably 40 minutes into this 2-hour podcast. It might not even been that long, to be totally honest. And they got into an argument, and I'm just like, oh, these guys believe in this so hard, they literally twist anything to prove their point. That was definitely a whimper.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when I watched it, so they did an experiment back in like pre-World War II days. This is how early it was. They're still trying to. They'd already studied the stars enough, but the whole idea is, as the Earth is moving through space, if you were to focus a telescope on a star out in space, you would not be able to keep it centered in the barrel of the telescope.
Right.
So you have to adjust for, I forgot what the word was. But the point is that because the Earth is moving, there's like a few degrees of change to keep it in whatever. So the experiment was, we're going to send up a water-filled telescope with a sensor into space, or at least close enough, so that we could see that. Back then they thought that there was this stuff called ether that made up most of everything, and everything was moving through said ether. And they thought that was what was causing that drift that they were talking about. and said the experiment was if they send it up there and what the light coming into the telescope through the water, the point of the water was to slow down light so that you would be able to visibly somewhat be able to detect a change of angle.
Mm-hmm.
If ether was real, which is what the flat earthers believed in, if that was real, there would be a detectable change of angle once it entered the water within the telescope. There was not.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as it hit the lens, it went through the water, even while slowed down, and hit exactly dead center like it was supposed to. And it came from one end of the telescope straight down to the other end where the thing was supposed to be. This guy is arguing that that actually proves that the Earth is flat because there was no change. Because the Earth is moving through space. The other thing they were talking about was geocentrism,
Mm-hmm.
which is also stupid, in my opinion, that the Earth is literally the center of everything and does not spin or move. The whole universe rotates
Around
Earth.
us. Good grief.
So it's just like, so he's like saying, it's like, okay, well, that doesn't prove anything because if it hit the water, it would change the angle. It's like, no, that's the point. The angle is being observed outside of the telescope. And if there was any other medium that was affecting that angle, it would change when it hit the water. And the guy sit here and twisted the winning argument against him to be for him.
Of course.
And he's like, that doesn't make sense. It's like you're contradicting your own statement from before. And I'm just like, okay, I'm done.
Yeah, it's a special type of willful ignorance. It really is.
And I get the guys who like profit from it and stuff like that because they don't have to believe in it.
They're just charlatans.
Yeah, they're just grifters. But I'm just like, I don't understand where the rest of this ever comes from, you know?
Much happier boy. He just wanted to be with the people.
Yeah, I figured that's what it was. I don't think we can see it. No, he's outside, just outside the fat cam.
Yeah.
But he's down there on the floor. If everybody, the dog is now down there. Okay, it's fine.
Yeah, he's
It's
a good
fine.
boy. He's 6 years old now, American Staffordshire. He worked with me for since he was born, or 6 weeks old.
Yeah.
And man, I've missed working with him. He's a good boy.
Tis a good boy, yes. So either way, I just wanted to have that weird dragon conversation, but then lead into the faux science that is fucking thing.
I believe in dragons more than I believe in flat Earth.
Same, because like there are really big fucking creatures that still exist on this planet. Like you get out in the wild, some of those fucking sturgeon are massive. If that thing plus an oarfish or something else,
or the mola mola,
whatever that is,
that giant sunfish,
Yeah.
the big, huge 800-pound monster.
yeah. I mean, all you have to do is run into one of those out in the ocean, sea creature,
Or
sea
completely
monster.
You seen those vampire squid?
Vampire squids are tiny.
No, what's the one with the huge wings that sits there perfectly still with the long tentacles that drop down?
I mean, the giant squid is a thing.
No, there's another one. It is terrifying.
Colossal squid. Vampire squids are tiny. People think they're big. No, vampire squids are like, I think under 10 inches or even smaller. They're little guys. While he Googles that.
Yeah, it's these things. The big fin squid.
Big fin squid? Never heard of a big fin squid. Oh, what the hell?
Yeah.
It's like a daddy long
They
legs.
are terrifying.
Daddy long legs under the sea.
They just sit there and
Send me that photo so I can put it on the screen for
I'll
everybody.
find you a good one.
Yeah, find me a picture of that
Yep.
and send it to me. All right, either way, while he does that, I will go ahead and say welcome back to the Now You Made It Awkward podcast, episode 120. And also would like to say happy Thanksgiving because this will be coming out on Black Friday. Guys, you don't need whatever the dumb thing is on sale for 30% off. You could have bought it last week for 40% off. They actually raised the price on a lot of discounts without telling you that and tell you it's a thing because you weren't paying attention. Either way, I am Shoky. You can follow me on all the Shoky-related things down below, including the Shoky Reviews channel and the It Doesn't Have to Make Sense live stream channel, which I don't know if I'll be streaming on Black Friday. We shall see. And also, since I want to talk about such things, Patreon. Maybe I'll do like a Black Friday special for the Patreon, like drop it like 2% for new signups or something. We'll see. But guys, check that out if you want to get the full uncut video version of this podcast. where you get a little bit of stuff before, after, and occasionally when we have extra conversations that are not necessarily YouTube friendly. That does happen. Plus, just get to watch our beautiful faces.
Yeah, random silliness that happens before we sit down, all that fun stuff.
Indeed. And make sure you like and subscribe to this channel here on the YouTube so that we can hit 100 subscribers, as weird as that sounds, 100 subscribers by the end of the year. That would be wonderful, because last I checked, we were at 96. And of course, if you're watching on the Rumble, please report the stupid bots that keep leaving the comments on, hey, I can boost your social media presence. Here's my email, phone number, and all these other things. By the way, they're always a foreign email and foreign phone number. And that voice, you, of course, heard already, and you saw his face. Let's just pretend that he wasn't already talking. But we have the Jefe.
Hey, I'm back.
Yes, you can follow him at Grounded in Grumpy.
There it is.
I have it on the screen. Not right now, but no, it pretty much covers your face at this point.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, the old one I did a little sliver thing. Now it's just the whole screen.
Okay, cool.
Because that way they can see more of your pictures of your animals to see why they should go look. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
that'll
like
work.
just showing your profile thing to be like, but what's over there? It's like dog pictures.
At the moment.
Mostly
soon,
dog pictures.
Soon to be project pictures.
Yes. And of course, guys, if you want to write into the show with question, comments, whether or not you believe in dragons more than you believe in the flat earth, you can do so at NowYouMadeItAwkwardMail at gmail.com. I was told by our tech supervisor, which is me, that it does in fact work. So if you want to write into that, it is in the description down below. Please, comments, questions, ideas, top 5 things, whatever. Thanksgiving recipes. That'd be fun.
Yeah, there's a lot of those, man.
Yeah, there are a lot of those.
Of course, so many people celebrate Thanksgiving in so many different ways.
Yeah, like the Canadians, they do it super late.
They do it super late.
They do it 8 months after we do.
Wow. Well, they have a different Thanksgiving.
No, here's the funny part. Some people will say that the Canadian Thanksgiving comes before the American one. I like to think that ours came first and they're following us. It just happens to be 8 months too late into the next year, is what I'm thinking. That's how I believe it.
Yeah. So how do you and your family celebrate Thanksgiving?
By yelling at each other and sitting around the table. But we also celebrate by writing into the Facebook page.
At Now You Made It Awkward podcast on Facebook.
I wanted to start there before going into a topic. The funny thing is, I got to wonder if Sean's question is going to be about Thanksgiving, because he does have a question coming in.
In the business, we call this foreshadowing.
Okay, so to answer your actual question, if you're talking about just me and my parents and whatnot, we're already planning ahead, so we're going to go over there and help prep and stuff. I already talked to my mom briefly earlier. I'm going to try to just grab like one of the turkey breasts and just smoke it, because that won't take nearly as long as a whole ass turkey.
Or you can do a small turkey and spatchcock it.
I ain't going that far.
Yeah.
Because we're only going to eat breast anyways. Yeah, not really keen on having the legs and all the other nonsense.
Oh, we take all the leftovers and make turkey stock and do turkey and dumplings later.
I ain't dealing with all that. Fuck that. Just fucking take a breast. If it's a skin-on breast, that's awesome, because I can stuff some butter and seasonings and shit under it and then smoke the fuck out of it. And because if I do that, if I get that tomorrow, let it thaw out Tuesday.
Yep.
And then fucking cook it Wednesday afternoon probably, because it's just a breast. It's not going to take forever, you know. And then that way it's effectively good to go. Just heat up for Thursday, because apparently I need to do some lawn maintenance over there when we go over there, instead of just
eat too much and make yourself throw up. Yeah.
Yeah. We used to have the big family Thanksgiving, and then everybody started getting too big at having their own personal families. And then people started yelling at each other because of bullshit on Facebook probably, or getting in each other's business. And then now there's no big family Thanksgiving.
Right. And
I come from a massive, massive family. There's still going to be a massive family Christmas. I got the invite for that. I just got to wonder how many cousins are not going to show up.
Christmas fights.
Yeah. No, what I joked earlier is like, Christmas is going to be real quiet this year. We're going to be super segmented.
Well, I was just listening to Sean Hannity on the way over here.
Oh, the Hannity show.
His recommendation for how to kind of stick your nose in your liberal relatives, stick it in their faces, is just to walk in wearing a MAGA hat. Don't say a damn thing about it.
No, I would rather I would rather have a shirt under my jacket, like walk in with a jacket on, and then just have a Trump with a halo shirt.
There's another lady who did a charcuterie in the shape of Donald Trump's head. Yeah.
I mean, that works.
And there is a step-by-step on the YouTubes that takes you exactly how to do it.
I mean, a cake would be funny too.
Yeah.
You know, a pumpkin pie because it's already orange. It's like
There you go. There you go.
it's the exact right color. He is at his worst, he is definitely pumpkin pie colored,
Right.
or sweet potato pie colored.
But this year's a little different than the rest. Like, last year we took off. We spent Thanksgiving in Wimberley. This will be the 10th year now that my wife and I have been the primary, cooks for our family's Thanksgivings.
Yeah.
And we started off doing the traditional Thanksgiving, the traditional everything. And as I've gotten better and better and better over our 18 years of marriage at doing barbecue, now it's become like 80% barbecue and the rest is traditional Thanksgiving.
I mean, I don't know who.
So much
I think it
so-
was Carnation. I think Carnation is the one who set the fucking traditional.
Of course.
There's no either that Carnation, Nestle, the other fucking big Pillsbury probably are the ones who collaborated to come up with this traditional concept of what Thanksgiving is.
Now, don't get me wrong.
I will.
Thanksgiving leftover sandwiches are one of my favorite things in the world.
I got that very wrong. No, I will say so.
But still, we got people that travel from all over. The first thing they ask is Jeff cooking. Yeah, okay, we'll be there.
I mean, sure. So, I think we're gonna do pretty minimal food because it's only us four. Nobody else is coming.
That's
And-
kind of where we're heading to.
Yeah.
We've delegated many more dishes to be brought by people that are attending
Yeah.
than we usually do. Because of my work schedule.
Mm-hmm.
I'm working tonight. I'm off Tuesday. I'm working Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday,
Yeah.
and yeah, and then Sunday and Monday. It's nonstop.
Yeah. I did talk to Sean. They did their Thanksgiving yesterday.
Oh wow!
Because it was just easier for Summer's family because with everything that's going on over there. So they did that. But like I remember we used to do, if it wasn't like a lot of people do like multiple Thanksgivings on the same day, they just bounce from house to house. We also used to do like the Saturday get together too, the leftovers situation. But it's just, once again, nobody feels like traveling. They only want to deal with their direct family now. It's like forget the other branches of the family. Taking a picture of him.
Yep.
Yeah, make sure you send me that too,
Yep.
so I can put it up on the screen. I don't have a dog cam.
No.
No dog cam. Get a fourth one. But what's funny is since I've gotten better at grilling and smoking stuff, I'm just like I kind of wanted to experiment a little bit for Thanksgiving, but I was like, I know my parents are kind of on a fixed diet.
Doing another picanha.
I would. Well, dude, I've still got a bunch of the fucking roast beef in there.
Oh, nice.
Because like I was the only one eating it. I ate the first whole like chunk of it.
Dude, roast beef. I got a deli slicer. Bring that up there. Do some French dips, baby.
It's already sliced.
Oh, okay.
I use my sharp knife. Now, next time maybe, but with that you got to cook it and then you got to let it cool down. Then you got to slice it.
Yep.
You can't just do it that way. And at that point, if I was going that far, I would also remove the fat cap after the fact.
Of course,
because it's the that fucking what is it? Silver skin that holds that fat on the top of a picanha is fucking tough. Sometimes it'll break down. But a couple of times, the last couple of picanhas,
it can't be as
I've had,
tough as the silver skin on the back of a rack of ribs, stuff like that.
It's like, I'll show you. Like, we'll go out there because that roast beef, the other container hasn't even been opened in like 3 days. So I'll show you how fucking tough that is. Like, you can't cut it with a fork.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, it's tough. And mind you, that wasn't cooked to 200. That was only cooked to 135 internal. So nice medium rare.
Kind of what you're supposed to do.
Yeah. Well, when I barbecue it, I do it like a brisket.
Yeah.
I also didn't smoke this one. I just did it the way Guga did. I strung it up in the oven with a pan underneath it. Didn't fill it with anything, just catching the drippings. But I was also concerned about filling the house with smoke because it wasn't going to be dripping that much. So I actually drew a little bit of oil, a little bit of water, and a couple of the cut off pieces of fat to render in the pan to catch the fat coming down so it wouldn't just burn as soon as it hit and then start smoking out the house, which has happened, before. But I think the taste of it came out very nice because I had a couple sandwiches with the. Can you believe Sean has never had horseradish?
What?
I'm saying He didn't even know what it was.
I keep prepared horseradish on hand at all times.
I bought some just because I was just like, you know what, I need some horseradish.
A little 50-50 with Duke's mayo and a great sandwich spread.
Yeah, if you go that far, I just bought it in the bottle because I ain't got time for all that. But I had so my envision. I bought some the Martin's hoagie rolls, so nice and squishy soft fucking hoagie rolls. Smoked Gouda and provolone with the roast beef and some just basic fucking horseradish. Fucking solid sandwich.
Little au jus dippage.
Didn't go that far
Oh, that's
because there was nothing to
French dip's one of my favorites.
It didn't render enough of anything but just fat.
No, hell, we hit up Katz's Deli down in Houston.
Yeah.
After we were hanging out at a pub down there, and everybody had dessert. I was like, man, I want a French dip.
And so, did I? Ooh, I might not have talked to you about it.
Uh-oh.
So there's a place in the Woodlands called The Stand. It's over there by Whole Foods, and it's a quote unquote fast food joint. It's not, but it's rigged up like a fast food joint. They have a French onion soup burger.
I'm in.
So the burger is got basically fucking Frenched onions upon it. So heavily boiled down to fucking next to nothing. Slightly grilled onions on it. Big fat burger, whatever type of sauce and cheese on it. But they give you a cup of French onion soup to dip the burger in. So it's like a French dip meets a French onion soup meets awesome fucking smash burger.
Oh, nice.
I was fucking in love with this fucking burger, dude, and it wasn't very expensive. We'll go over there one day.
I'd like that.
We picked a random spot to go to lunch one day, and I'm like, I've heard of this place. Let's go check it out. And I got there and I looked at the big ass menu on the wall. I was like,
it's hard to drag me south of Conroe these days.
But yeah, there's so many good places in the Woodlands.
I'll make an exception on Wednesday. Wednesday, I'm jumping in the van. I'm hitting junkyards, as many as I can hit in a day until I found my rear hatch for my car.
Well, you can see if there's any online listings for the junkyards to see if there's what
I've been looking. I've called 3 or 4 of them down there. They don't have anything. They turned me on to somebody that does Volkswagens. He had nothing. Those wagons are they're hard to find the specialty parts for.
Yeah. Well,
is what it is.
Yeah.
I may pull off the back panel and just start trying to straighten it myself.
Yeah, just fix it. It might be faster if we're honest about it.
Right.
I found somebody selling a fake SRT this morning. They want too much money for it. But so it's an SXT.
SHRT?
No.
Little shirt?
No. It's an SXT, which was the next model down. It's the same year as mine. Actually, it might be an 03. Doesn't really matter. Because anything in that last window of the second gen, which is technically like the 2.5 gen. So the second gen Neon started at 2000. 99 was the end of the first gen. First gens didn't really change. 94 to 95 was the most significant visual change, and that's when they went away from the gray bumpers and gray door protectors. And then everything after that was body color or gray, but it didn't have the blatant like shitty looking bumpers. And I think the 94, some of them might have even come with 4-lug fucking things for some reason. But either way, when you get to 2000, that's when I get to the actual second gen body, totally new body, almost identical chassis. You can bolt a whole lot of the parts from a second gen onto a first gen because the chassis underneath is almost identical. And it's also why the seats are swappable. Most of the shit from the inside is swappable. Not necessarily the dash without a lot of fucking work, but everything under the hood has to be adapted. But the SRT came in 03. So 2000 to 2002 to 2003 was the second gen. And then after that, they switched to the solid headlight turn signal combo. Before it was headlight and separate turn signals. And then they went to the big wide mouth Dodge Crosshair grill, which was the new style in 03. That's where the SXT came in. The regular Neons were meh. SXT had a little spoiler, a couple little trim packages. I don't even think technically had any more power. It was just the best upgraded non-turbo fucking version.
Yeah.
So this guy, basically it's a stock car with like, I think it said only like 138,000 miles on it, which ain't shit for a car that old. And he basically swapped on all the SRT stuff externally. He's got the wing, he's got the front end, he changed the headlights, because between the SRT and standard, slightly different headlights. They fit exactly the same, they're just different styling. Running the side skirts, I almost call it running boards. Side skirts and the proper rear bumper. But what I was looking at about it, I'm like, the trim, like the window trim and everything else, looks like it's in top shape, and you cannot buy new window trim for that car at all. And mine is horrible. Like mine is like horribly like sun beaten, and like all the rubber is basically ripped off of it or flopping in the wind. Mm-hmm. And I'm just like, I would buy this whole car just to strip for parts for my SRT to get everything nice.
It's kind of what I'm looking at. I'm looking at trying to find a parts car, because there's interior panels I need to swap out. You know, last night I took it to work, and tools, parts, and I've been doing just little stuff sitting there on the job. Replaced some window switches that were sticking, not wanting to work right, and then I had to pull it back apart to cut off some of the glue. Lock and unlock were sticking. But anyway, after that, I had wing mirrors. They were both bad looking, beaten up. One of them had like that plastic glass that you can't even see out, just stuck on there to pass inspection.
Good God.
Yeah. So I can see out of both my wing mirrors now. Still waiting on the back hatch. I think that's all I did last night. Just little piddly crap.
And you're doing it in the dark effectively, so it makes it harder.
Now I got a light on my head.
Still, you're doing it in the dark. It's not much change between, oh, I got a light on my head. Yes, but you're still outside working in the dark on a car. But you drop your bolt and you're like.
But if it wasn't for that one door that idiot previous owner tried to paint.
Yes, I saw that last week.
You can see, you saw the handprints.
I saw the fingerprints.
It was awful.
Because he touched it before the dust coat was dry.
Uh-huh.
But like, I've painted body panels before, or door panels and shit before. I painted my whole dash back in the day. Well, 3/4 of my dash. I got bored. Because it was a pain in the ass, especially considering I had armor-rolled everything for years, and then you try to fucking paint it. Right. It was the paint that was meant to be a dye-based paint. No.
Couldn't get through.
It would just chip off. It was fine.
But no, as soon as I find a good donor car, parts, junkyard, what
Mexico.
I'm stripping every piece of interior.
It's probably going to have to come from Mexico. You know, Volkswagens are far more prevalent there.
Of course.
And the hard, like you mentioned, the wagon is the hard part. If you just needed a Jetta hatchback, you'd have it.
Yeah.
But it's not a Jetta hatchback. No,
it's a wagon.
Which
are rare and getting rarer.
Yeah. Actually, my buddy Isaacy, he I haven't seen his ass in a while. Still, I watch his escapades on Facebook. But he junkyard dives weekly.
Yeah.
And he's always looking for fucking parts that he can flip. Like, he's finding Brembo brake systems on any car he can fucking do, and he scavenges all of them, take them home, clean them up. If he can't put them on his own vehicles, he'll sell them. But I made a joke because he's got an Eclipse car that he's been working on for a very long time, like full custom fucking hydro dip shit on the inside. He's doing custom fiberglass work, building a brand new airbox under the hood so it looks nice and clean, and he's gonna hydro dip that when it's done. And like, I made the joke because he just found a Volvo like C90R. I probably have the model wrong, but it was a model. It was an R model. That's like the turbo 5-cylinder. Some of them were all-wheel drive, and he snagged the Brembo brakes off of it. And one of the people in the comments is like, "Holy shit, that's an R." I was like, "That's a rare car to begin with." He's like, "I need parts. What else still there?"
Right.
It is like. Because he'll also snag turbos off of shit too, just because. I'm like, I keep wanting to tell him, it's like, let me know when you're going to a junkyard, and I'll tell you what I need, and you can fucking find me something. It's like, because you're already there, I will just pay you $20 to find.
Tell him to look for what I'm looking for.
I mean, I don't know if he's gonna go into any of the yards you're looking for, but we'll see.
Yeah.
But he's probably gone. He probably frequents the junkyards that you've already been checking. Because there's a massive one. God, I don't remember where it is. Not off 1960.
Is it the one on 249?
Yeah. Well, there's a few on 249.
That'd be a good run. That'd be a good way to spend my day.
I used to go down to Pick Apart, the old one back in the day. I think they had to they had to copyright change the name to Pick Your Part at one point. We used to frequent that because they had a lot of neons, a lot.
Do they require you to pull the parts yourself and all that? Because I know
usually.
the ones here in Conroe, they'd go do it for you, bring it back.
Yeah, and I don't mind that.
I caught up with some good dudes. You know that McCullough Auto Salvage on 336?
Yeah,
They're shutting down entirely.
you told me that, and I was like, damn, I was going to sell them my car.
But the dude was cool enough to help me swap the hood. I left the old one there.
Yeah. What was I just thinking? So, like, I don't need anything major for my car. I need, like, tiny little things, if that.
Mm-hmm.
And originally, I needed the dome light. But where did I find that dome light?
Oh, mine.
Oh. So, I did what I thought. I checked this. Oh, no, I'm sorry. So, I had pulled my old dome light off my old Neon, hoping it would be the same. Unfortunately, they changed it in the second gen. But because Dodge being Dodge put the same fucking dome light on everything that didn't require like a secondary switch, I got one for like $5 off eBay. And it was like in perfect condition, color match, because the ceiling, they only changed the dashboard color in the lower, everything below that color. Apparently in that whole range of vehicles, the fucking ceiling is the same color in every vehicle. So it's like, cool. It's all like everything is the cream gray. I was like, yay.
I'm working on that. I may start working on swapping out LEDs on the interior everywhere. But then I have to go and find new the lenses that are in the doors.
Meh.
Those got to get replaced because they're missing. And, you know, like you said, it's all a bunch of little stuff.
You could just have a Peter, you know.
But I need something to play with.
I mean, maybe. You had a Suburban.
Had.
Yeah.
New project. That's my first German car, man. Never had one. I'm having fun with it.
Yeah, there's a reason I never bought one.
Yeah.
Because then I'd be in the same boat you're in. Like, shit, I need to find parts. Though I'd be more likely to probably get something like a Volvo, a nice Swedish car.
Dude, Volvo wagons are great.
I want a Volvo wagon. I mean, I'd sell for a normal four-door Volvo, but I'd like the, I think it was the T5 or
Hell,
C5.
just a daily, man. Just a daily Volvo beater. I'd be happy with it.
They did a two-door hatchback, maybe a four-door hatchback, but either way, they did one, and it looked like the same vehicles. Like, it had the same Volvo styling, but it was like small and aggressive, and you could get it with the turbo 5-cylinder. I'm like,
Yep.
and they were hard to find. And I was like,
How come we like the weird shit that's hard to find?
because it's cool. Yeah. I don't know.
Oh, I want that. I can't find parts.
I mean,
oh, shit.
I mean, technically speaking, I like a very, very mass-produced car. I just like a very specific run of that car.
Right.
You know, but there's also, that's still ubiquitous because they use the same parts on fucking everything. It's like, that's what I talked about before with my SRT. It's the same 2.4 that they put in everything
Oh,
else.
trust me. I'm having no problem finding parts.
Yeah.
Parts are easy. That one particular part on the hatch.
Well, yeah, because you can find everything else.
Yeah. Everything else is, I don't have to try.
That's where
It's
you just need a
dormant.
body guy.
Dorman products are there, just ready to get, affordable.
Comparative to the old days, yeah.
Hell, headlights and taillight assembly, especially the blacked out ones, are like $70 a pop.
Yeah.
For the pair, each pair.
Yeah. Oh, I guess we should probably get to Sean's question at some point. we just talked 20 minutes past it. It's fine. All right. So, guys, we did mention it earlier. If you want to send in a question, comments, or everything else like that, you can do so at the Facebook page. You can actually leave us a voicemail, just like you would send a voicemail.
Sean does it every week.
He does it every single week. You can do that. You can send in a question, comments, or whatever. We'll play it here live on the show.
Come on, we need better questions. Sean, he's running out. He's scraping the barrel.
Dude, he will come up with some nonsense, though.
We know.
Let's see what nonsense he came up with this week. Let me adjust audios.
Question for the pod again. Left a long ass message that didn't record. Awesome. Starting off with a bang.
He has that problem every time.
So what's you guys' favorite non-traditional Thanksgiving meal?
I told you it was going to be about
Than
Thanksgiving.
the traditional turkey, dressing, normal sides, blah, blah, blah. And also, what is your favorite dessert? I love me some desserts. I would love to know your favorite ones. But that being said, if you have any fun Thanksgiving or holiday stories to share, maybe some drama, maybe something funny that happened, somebody got hurt, that's always fun to share,
Yeah.
please let us know.
Okay, so
We answered one of those already.
we answered one. Well, no, we did. We didn't really go into non-traditional.
Well, I did my barbecue and all that.
Yeah,
But that's becoming traditional Texas Thanksgiving.
so I'll add to that tamales.
I want tamales.
Yeah, tamales are great.
And technically speaking, because it's a Ukrainian thing, we always have pierogies. That's not traditional, anyways. And then if we're going
But pierogies are good.
yes, but I'm saying it's non-traditional for Thanksgiving. But you are combining a couple of the already existing things. We will literally put mashed potatoes and pierogies on the same plate because we're like that.
My wife's cousin is bringing some friends from the Ukraine,
You mentioned this.
and they're bringing Ukrainian dishes. I don't know what, so
Find
we'll
out.
see what happens.
Find out. Tell me ahead of time.
Oh,
Well, I guess after now. You guys will be hearing this on Black
tell me
Friday.
last week. Yeah.
Yeah, tell me tomorrow, next week, whatever. No, because I mentioned that we also do the, like I said, I think they're called holepche, which are the Ukrainian cabbage rolls filled with, seasoned meat and whatnot and covered in some kind of tomato sauce. I forgot he's over there.
Told you he was quiet.
I know. I
Once
just
he
forgot he
settles
was over
down.
there. It's like if you hadn't looked at him, I would have forgot he was there. So there's that. We don't have any other crazy stuff that gets like way out there, but we do a corn casserole, which is pretty cool. It's basically like you take, can of corn, cornbread, cheese, some jalapenos if you want, do that. But I just saw something that I would love to make for Thanksgiving, and I actually saved the recipe, though unfortunately it was cut off. Didn't complete the entire recipe, but I think I could figure out the rest. It's just bake the thing for a certain amount of time. It is Cheddar Bay crab stuffed biscuits.
Nice.
Yeah. So effectively, you go buy your Cheddar Bay biscuit mix that does exist, which hopefully that will continue to exist, even though Red Lobster is going out of business effectively.
Oh, I'm going to miss in the shrimp.
Yes. But you basically make like a crab dip, effectively. So you make your biscuit in a muffin tin, you make a hole, you stuff it full of crab, you cap it in the fucking oven, and then you baste it with fucking lemon butter. I mean, I'm sure that would be horrible.
See, I thought you were going into the Red Lobster Cheddar Bay biscuit sausage rolls.
I mean, you could do that too.
Those are so good.
But you could do a lobster. Go real stupid, but crab's cheaper.
Yeah.
Usually.
I'm thinking this year I may make an elote dip. And I'm thinking that the elote dip on the dressing is going to be awesome.
So actually I wanted to talk about what we did last night because you were asking me.
Yeah.
We had a church Friendsgiving. So it was a potluck. James did a couple turkeys. Jeff, other Jeff-shaped friend. I forgot what did he bring? Okay, so they made a elote pasta salad. So all the normal elote stuff, but chopped up like macaroni.
Yeah.
So like made a macaroni salad
Kind of like the macaroni salad that nobody really likes anymore.
Yeah.
But with elote.
But with elote.
I'm in 100%.
And so he added the cilantro. I think he should have probably chopped the cilantro a little bit more. It was pretty big chunks of it. And because some people are like that, he separated the front half from the back half, and the back half had fucking flaming hot Cheetos on it.
Oh, yeah.
That shit was stupid good. Like,
That's happening.
I want that more in my life.
That's happening. I'll do a shallow dip with the casserole dish.
Yeah.
Do that exact, without the pasta.
But
I'm doing the Cheetos on it.
But the pasta was cut basically to the size of a kernel of corn.
Yeah.
So it was just another texture.
Oh, nice.
And also that way it wasn't just corn,
Corn, tahini, lime, and
Yeah, so I mean,
cream.
realistically, like you could still scoop that. It was perfectly scoopable, but I was like, this is a pleasant texture. This tastes really nice.
and the flaming hot Cheetos on it.
And the
man.
flaming hot Cheetos
Boom.
was good because you can skip tahini entirely by throwing flaming hot Cheetos.
See, I had a dish that completely made it. There was a cheesecake place down off of Kirby in Houston, and they did
A cheesecake place? Something?
I'm sorry, a cheese steak.
Oh, I was wondering. I was like,
But a cheese steak loaded up with a whole bunch of the flaming hot Cheetos over it. It was fantastic. That became one of my favorite spots when I was working down there for the 4 years.
oh, so you just reminded me of the thing I was going to ask you when you went down to Katz's. Have you ever gone to Kenny and Ziggy's?
Yes.
Okay, good. Because that is Katz's, but different.
Amy had bagels and lox. I had a Reuben.
Okay, that's right.
very
We did-
happy.
We did discuss this a couple months ago. That's right. Okay. So the other things, Thanksgiving stories.
Recent one, not recent, 4, 5, 6 years ago.
Recent enough.
We were hanging out behind the farmhouse, tossing around the football.
Smoking.
No,
I was just kidding.
had all the kids out. Everybody, we were playing touch football.
Yeah.
Well, Bandit decided he was going to be permanent defense.
Oh, you mentioned
He turned
this.
into the best linebacker. Luke took the ball, stepping back, looking for an opening, and Bandit went airborne. Just straight linebacker, took him straight to the ground, grabbed the ball, took off,
I don't
knocked his wind out.
Yeah.
And Luke goes, I'm dying.
See,
I mean, sorry, son.
I mean, we played, back in the day, my nieces and nephews and everybody would be there. But also, like, so sometimes Christmas and Thanksgiving blend together depending on which chunk of the family it is. Because back then it was cold for the seasons, which was weird. Strange. It was actually cold in the wintertime. Global warming's not real. But we'd play football out there, especially once my nephews started getting a little bit older, like still pre-puberty, but you could tell the testosterone is finally kicking in,
Right.
and they're starting to think they're something. And mind you, I'm way older than my siblings' kids, with the exception of my niece Ashley, and then my oldest niece Tara, who's older than me. So that's the weird one. But so we'd be out there, and it'd be me and my best friends. They'd come over, one lived across the street, one lived down the street, and we'd be out there just like basically almost high school age, whooping the shit out of these little kids in football in the front yard. But once again, that was like blending Christmas and Thanksgiving, because both were possible. Because like I told you before, like we also, when we didn't have a big family situation going on, we were also open to anybody who also didn't have anything truly going on. So
That's what we do a lot. Every year I invite a number of people. Hey, if you don't have anywhere to be.
yeah, you told us to.
Yeah.
We might swing by. We'll see. But it looks like it's going to be an all-day affair of me cleaning the yard.
Probably.
So we'll see.
Yeah, I'm actually.
And then I have to work in the morning.
Thanksgiving morning, I'm actually getting home and getting right to cooking.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to stay up as late as I can, grab a nap, and then go to work.
Yeah. I wonder if I butterfly the turkey breast, if it'll cook any evener.
Maybe.
Like butterfly it like a turkey, like a chicken breast. Maybe it'll cook too fast. But basically that way it gets smoke really through it, and we don't have to. I don't know. I just had a thought. I don't think it's necessary. No, I don't
Let's
think.
say you can pound it, flatten it about that big, and then grill it.
One gigantic turkey fried steak. Just do a giant turkey patty.
That'd be great.
That'd be a pain in the ass.
Well, you've seen some of the turkey breasts I get, and I pound them out. They're 10 inches.
I
11
literally
inches.
have not seen that.
No.
When would I have seen that?
Then you cooked them wrong last time.
Those were. You said turkey. You meant chicken.
Oh, chicken.
Yeah,
Chicken
yeah,
breast.
No, yeah. Okay, those were pounded kind of flat. Yes.
Yeah.
So actually, I did chicken the other day with this spicy orange rub.
Oh, nice.
That I've got. You can check it out. It's weird. It is definitely an overpowering flavor, so it's something you got to use in moderation. It's not hot. It can build up in heat, but I made sure that I added more to mine than to Jessica's, because I figured if she was going to hate the flavor, I wanted it to be as light as possible. I mean, she ate it still, but it was one of the things they did whenever I was helping. Well, hanging out, I should say. I didn't do much helping when we cooked out for Beast Feast a couple months ago. And that's how I got introduced to that rub. I was like, ooh, that's interesting. Because it's like, it's fruity and spicy and smoky. I was like,
That's good.
is a strange, like, you never think about powdered citrus.
That'd be good on ribs. Be damn good on ribs.
Probably be good on ribs. But it's meant for like fish, chicken, and a couple other things. I don't know about beef, but maybe. Sorry, I thought I was setting my foot on his foot. There's nothing there, but
No, he's way over there.
something touched my foot. It was weird. But either way, so we did Friendsgiving at. You ever heard of God's Garage
Yes.
here in town? So
Doesn't our friend Mr. James volunteer over there? A lot.
you're gonna have to narrow which James.
The trooper.
Oh, maybe I don't know. Jimmy.
Yeah, James.
He goes by Jimmy now.
Okay. Really, when that happened? After he retired?
Professionally, he goes. He's Jimmy the Junker on Facebook.
Okay, cool.
That's his side gig. Is he junks? He's a junkie person.
He's good at it.
Yeah. So I didn't know that, but cool. So the owner of God's Garage opened up his home for people of our church to use his personal garage space for our Friendsgiving.
Oh, nice.
Holy fuck, this place was awesome. You'd be a kid in a candy store. So he's got a built big metal garage with a house effectively attached to the back of it. I'm guessing that's like a mother-in-law suite situation. But like inside is like all the quintessential signs of everything, car parts, And because he's an ex-military guy, there's military stuff in there too. He's got a fucking big-ass pool table, a foosball table cart that's all wood.
So you can move it around?
So you can move it around because it is also a functional garage. But he's got like his whole like man cave corner, which has like this really big center table for like, you can set, it's not a flat table, but it's like meant for entertaining purposes. Big screen TV up here, but like everything is made of like car stuff or like old vintage everything. He's got a fucking vintage skee ball table.
Oh, nice.
Or a skee ball machine, I should say, in there. I had to figure out how to turn it on because Andre was struggling with that. But like this whole place was amazing. But then you go outside, and apparently this is kind of open to the neighborhood, kind of. Like you can't get into his house, but you can get into this. He's got literally like a fun park built in his backyard. So you walk down this path, and there's literally arrows, like everything this way. You go one way, there's like a mini little basketball court. There's like 3 small playgrounds for kids and different types, of stuff, including like a whole sand pit with all the cool sand pit fucking toys and everything like that, the digger and all that kind of shit, the mold things.
Oh, I bet you jumped on the digger in a hurry.
It was pitch black, so no. I hate sand. I hate sand so fucking much. You go further back, there's a axe throwing thing set up out there. There was this cool like tire cave, like you built a hill and then like has these tires to climb on and shit, and then you can go through a culvert and go out and whatever. Little treehouse situation. Apparently a zip line that I'd completely missed. That was somewhere in the middle. And then like just all this cool shit. And I guess like technically speaking, like if there's kids in the neighborhood, they can use it. Like as long as they don't mess with anything.
Right.
Not the axe throwing, obviously.
I don't know. That's...
But basically, like, because he's got money from, I'm assuming, his previous life. I mean, he does God's Garage, which is helping people fucking fix their cars. Either
it's usually single mothers and stuff like that.
And anybody who might need it.
Yeah.
Andre, talk to him about fixing his problems. Yeah, you might want to hit him up for, see if he can find you a hatch.
There you go.
And, but either way, I mean, he runs a really cool organization. I mean, you remember the old God's Garage was like this tiny old rundown fucking place. Now he's got a massive...
Over on the east side of town.
Yeah, and now he's got this massive place.
So I haven't seen the new place.
It's off of East Davis,
Okay.
right near 1314. Huge.
All right.
Huge situation over there. So, like, I mean, it's a good dude giving back to the community, helping people work on their cars and stuff like that. But, like, I love the fact that...
Also, he didn't move far.
Huh? Well, the other one was on the west side of town, not the east side.
Oh, okay. Then I know what you're talking about. Oh, by the old Weisinger.
Yes.
Okay.
That's the one I'm talking about.
Okay, that's where I know.
Yeah, that's the big one. Yeah, that's the new location. The old one was on the west side. But either way, his place is awesome. And, like, we had to bring everything. Also, nobody told the bulk of us that we had to be out by 9, so we're outside fucking around. And James is like, hey, guys, if you've got stuff inside, grab it, because we're supposed to be out by 9, and it's currently 9. And it's like, oh. So,
go.
Yeah. And mind you, like, nobody was really there. Like, he was out. He just gave us permission to do the thing and set everything up for us and whatnot. So it was really fucking cool. Basically, we haven't done a full-on church function in a while. We've done men's group stuff. We've done women's group stuff. And we did, like, Beast Feast. But that was with, like, the whole church system. But, like, us as our little church actually doing stuff was cool because it's been a while. And then we're doing our Christmas party on the 15th. I wanted to throw this out there. I almost completely forgot to do it in the promo, guys. So let me look at the camera for this. Guys, our friend Jordan, as I try to unplug my shit here, sorry. Guys, our friend Jordan, the Elvis impersonator, has a performance coming up here at the Table at Madley in downtown Conroe on December 6th at 7 p.m. If you are remotely interested in doing that, I believe tickets are available online. If there is a link, I will do it. But if you live in the greater Woodlands, Conroe, Houston, Spring area and you like some Elvis-y stuff, he'll be doing that. And so that leads to what I was doing yesterday as to why all my equipment was not here. I was filming the promo for him. So we went over to the Table in Madley, downtown, which is a food truck park.
And again, it's Madeley. I checked with the father-in-law. He's been here since forever. It's Madeley.
Yes, but the guy who runs the place says it's Madley.
Well, he can be wrong.
Well, the guy who owns it probably knows how it's said, so I don't care. Either way. So went over there, and he went to church with us yesterday. So he said, yeah. I was like, why are you all dressed up, dude? He was like in a suit, like a fucking suit, his literal blue suede shoes. And he brought his Elvis glasses and he had an Elvis tie. Like, I'm like, why are you all dressed up, dude? And I made the jokes like, are you preaching this morning? What the heck, dude? And he's like, no, I'm doing a promo video after church. I'm like, just you? And he's like, yeah, the guy who did my last promo video moved to Austin. I'm like, oh, well, that sucks. It's like, if only you knew a guy who knows how to shoot things and edit videos. I was like, look, I'm not the greatest producer in the world, but I know how to make stuff happen. I was like, I don't have like all the cool shit like the other guy had. He had like dollies and fucking motorized shit and stuff and probably actual cameras. I had to use these phone cameras here. So we went over there and I spent my afternoon. We had to write the script because he didn't know what he wanted to say just yet, other than a basic like, hey, my concert's on this time, come out and hang out thing. So we wrote a script that was probably roughly about a minute long, minute and a half max. And instead of just promoting only his show, we made sure we showed what the place is. So it's like we started outside, and this was so fucking silly. So I've got, my normal tripod that's sitting over there. So I had the phone attached to the tripod, and I'm trying to do a walking shot tracking with him across the front of this place to, like, he's doing his lines. I'm using our lapel mics here, which, oh my God, that took 40 minutes to get the audio
Really?
right.
Did they work?
They worked, but it took 40 minutes for me to finally get the audio right because I didn't realize what it was doing because there was so much background noise and I had the noise cancellation on. It was fucking up his audio trying to cancel the background noise. So once I turned that off, I was like, oh, I can hear him fine now. It's just I have some background noise.
Right.
Which I may or may not be able to remove in the edit. We'll see. That's what I was supposed to be doing today, was editing that for him. Did not get there.
Good job.
So probably after you leave. So either way, the funny part is we're out front of this place, and I'm like, okay, I need a mark so I can tell them where to stop. So I throw my hat on the ground, and I'm like, by the time you're done with that sentence, I want you standing at that hat, and I'm going to walk this way. You're walking alongside me, saying your lines, and I'm going to stop. And then, so he was like, hey there, I'm Jordan Smith. And he's like, basically, he's like, I'm here in the heart of downtown Conroe at the table at Madley. So I had to coach him because he doesn't know how to act. He can put on his show. Being Elvis, he does not know how to read lines.
So he's literally a one-trick pony.
He's that trick, yes. So I'm a director. I can do this. So I'm like, I had him write a script while I was getting all the tech figured out. And then I punched up his script and reworked it 4 or 5 times. Like changing things around, ordering some stuff. Anytime he used the same word twice within 2 statements, I'm like, nope, we can't do that. And then we made it flow so much better, and then the motherfucker forgot to save it, and we had to do all the edits again.
No.
Yes. So we were setting up the inside shot at the bar, and that's when he realized he forgot to save the fucking document. I was like, you bastard. I was like, okay, we got to remember what we wrote 20 minutes ago. But, I mean, it was fun doing it, but if he had mentioned it the week before while we were at men's group, I could have worked on all of that nonsense ahead of time. I would have probably gone over there early and been like, hey, we need to shoot this promo video for his show. I know you guys have some stuff about to happen. Oh, hold on. There we go. The thing was going stuttery. And I've been like, hey, we need to shoot this video real quick, and then you guys can do your thing. Because they had a fucking performance going on. And so when we got there, had we just had everything ready to go, we could have shot it in 15 minutes and then been out the door. But unfortunately, because I had not scouted anything, I didn't have anything blocked out. I had no concept of how we were going to shoot it.
And Jordan didn't do any work.
No, he did the bulk of the writing and then everything else like that. But like, he couldn't memorize the lines or anything else like that. So it was just like, okay, we did almost 2 hours worth of prep. And then by the time we started videoing, the band was playing. I was like, fuck, we're going to do everything we can to film this. And then it was fine when we were in front of the building. But as soon as we came around the side, it's like so loud. So we did a couple things inside. And then like it was supposed to get a shot of him walking from the bar out to the stage, because that's the way we scripted it. Is supposed to say, I'm going to be on this stage on that day. Couldn't do it because the guys were playing so damn loud. So I got B-roll footage outside, and then I had him go in the bathroom, and I tried to get as clean audio as possible while he was in the bathroom. So that was fun. So I get to edit that tomorrow or tonight, whatever, and figure that out. Because, I mean, it'd be pointless if I don't get that promo done before the show,
Right.
which is next Friday. So I got to get that done out to him by at least tomorrow. I'm gonna do all my. He's like, well, can you do any like tricks on it, make it look really good? I was like, I will do my best. I will put sparkles on things. I was like, I don't know what you want.
Polish this turd.
I will polish the turd to the best of my ability. If I have to, I will like pull audio from different fucking cuts. Like I got a full script reading of him, like blank.
But he's cut.
So
cut.
like, well, I had him do the lines in every spot so that I can cut it back together. But one of the food truck we ended up shooting in front of when he was promoting the food trucks actually played along, and it's an Italian joint, so they make little pizzas. So he's like, hey, do you want pizza? And we're like, yes, we will use that for the shot. So instead of just talking about the food trucks, it ends up me focusing on the pizza. Jordan reaches up and takes it, and he's like, and you can get food off the awesome food trucks.
Yeah.
And then I pan up to the guy, and the guy's like, eh.
Nice.
I was like, nice. I was like, I didn't plan that, but that worked. I was like, so we got free pizza and got the promo shit. So
Good.
is it because we were also doing this in broad daylight, which is the hardest fucking way to shoot anything outdoors. So unfortunately for some of the footage, he looks like a used car salesman. So I'm gonna have to do some clever cropping and stuff, but I think I can make it work enough. I mean, look, I'm not a full professional. I don't have the best equipment. If I didn't even have lighting with me or anything else like that, so we just had to do what we had to do. But I got some B-roll footage and everything else like that. I'm gonna try to cut together a concise, like, minute and a half promo video, that he can throw up on social medias. Oh boy.
Yeah, have fun with that.
Yeah, I haven't done anything like this, but it's been a while since I had to direct other people. Like, so I've done 2 major projects for my channel and someone else's that involved extra people, writing a script, directing people, while also acting in the shot and trying to keep people on track, and then also editing that mess together. So I did several skits on my channel back in the day, and one of them we had like 12 people fucking come over to our old tiny ass apartment to take part in this, and like different people had different chunks at different parts of the script, and then at some point everybody fucking comes in.
So it was chaos.
It was chaos, but luckily there was enough chaos that I could edit together some funny shit. And then some people who were just this one guy, Tommy, I only met him a couple of times. Oh my god, that guy was so naturally funny. Like, I was just like, I want to work with him. The rest of y'all suck. I was like, you people can understand your lines, but you have no ability to deliver.
But just comfortable in his own skin.
He just knew. He actually only came because he was giving Eric a ride because Eric's truck was broke down, and like, hey, you're here. Help out. It was like, so we gave him this one line. He had one singular line and one singular motion he had to do, but he was so damn funny that. Like, just when he did it, I'm just like, okay, that he nailed that on the second take. I was like, I don't have to do this. Actually, first take. He nailed it first take. I just made him do it one other time.
Yeah.
It was just, I'll have to show you the skits later because I have the whole skits folder on my old page. But, like, I wrote all my skits and shit like that, figured out the blocking, figured out the shots. Even one of my skits, because I used to act against just myself, it was me and other Shokys.
Other Shokies?
Yeah, there was multiple Shokys. There was a new guy. And then there was YouTuber Shoky, and then Red Hat. Red Hat was my nemesis. So it was me as actually Shoky, and then Red Hat, who was the one bothering me. And then he disappears in-game style. Like, I was like, this is my like magnum opus for editing. I made myself fade out of a shot. Like, I was like, I've never had to do that where I could take stagnant shots. And then I edit, in the next video, I edit 2 of me talking to each other. So I had to film one of me, and I had to remember the beats of what I said so that I could respond to myself in real time. And I did that in one take.
Oh, nice.
I was like, holy shit. Like, I only had to do a small amount of editing to time because one side nothing changed except for me walking in. The other time I'm standing there talking to me in the chair, me talking to other me. and then they talk to each other, and then they both talk to me, and then I talk back to them. So it's like, but the only time you can see the seam between the two shots, because I tried to get it on the line of the door frame, is a lighting change where I duck out of sight to pick something off the ground. And because I use the stagnant shot, the lighting changes because I'm not in frame anymore. So it goes from me casting a shadow to me not casting a shadow. It's the only time you can see the seam. Because the trick I did was the doorway is like where you are. So one of me is standing here where the light is. The other me is standing there. The desk is where the desk is right now. This one drops something, goes to pick it up, and the other one scoots past the one that's bent over and then leaves. So I had to cross a frame and then leave, where this is a completely different video thing. And I was using it in a basic ass software.
Yeah.
Like it couldn't do real good masking, and I had no clue how to do it. So that was just like, if I could make that look decent on shitty cell phones, horrible audio, and my old computer, I should be able to make Jordan look like a king.
Right. Or a used car salesman.
I can't help that. He's going to look like a used car
Come on down to Elvis's used one-shop car stop. We're here. You're the king.
I mean, that works too. I mean, he should do that. But he will be doing Christmas songs scattered in with his normal performance. So if you ain't doing nothing next Friday, we will be there. We're gonna go. So,
Oh, good.
yeah. So if you're not doing anything,
Remind me. I'll probably drag Amy out there.
yeah, because it starts at 7.
Yeah, that might work.
Yep, I think it's 7. Shit. Now I'm thinking about it.
The Black Friday?
No, not this coming Friday. Friday after.
Oh, okay, yes.
Yeah, Friday after. It's the 6th, December 6th.
December 6th.
7 to 9. So the reason this is the 6th. Oh, he's also getting interviewed by ABC 13.
Nice.
So, but the problem is, it's not to promo the show. It's just to show that Conroe has an Elvis impersonator.
That's it?
But it won't air till Elvis's birthday in January.
Oh, good gosh.
So, I mean, like, and he said he's so nervous. I'm like, well, if you want to come on the podcast and I can poke you at random questions,
We can verbally flog him and get him ready.
yeah. Well, like, that's one thing is, like, he's remarkably camera shy despite being a consummate stage performer.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird.
And when he gets shy, he hides behind Elvis.
I guess so, but even
does.
But even though he was being Elvis while doing the thing, so he's doing the voice and everything. And he's like, "Was that Elvis enough?" I was like, "If it wasn't, I would have told you." It's like at that point, I'm just like director. I was like, "Yes,
Dude, you're always Elvis enough.
yes." That was no. Well, see, you haven't spent enough time around him when he's not
Okay,
doing-
I haven't. No.
Yeah, so like we've hung out enough that when he's completely not doing the Elvis thing, like he doesn't sound or act the same way. Like, but he turns it, like you said, he hides behind the character a little bit when he's shy. But the funny part is he's still shy. And I was like, dude, you're only talking to me. It's like, ignore anyone else that's here.
Boogie, boogie, boogie.
Yeah. And I told him at one point, like he's outside. I'm like, dude, just fucking get the wiggles out. Like get the fucking, just shake it off. And I told him at one point to set the scene so he knows when to be on. I was like, look that way, away, look aloof and away from the camera, and then go pop your jacket and look at the camera with authority.
Right.
Like that way you know when you're on. And like I think that helped him because it was a physical
It was
cue.
a switch.
It was a switch and it helped him do it. I was like, you know, directing people who don't know how to act is not easy. Like, but like I think I'm getting better at it. I don't look to do that, but like I think at some point, because you know, Andre has an acting background, stage performer, went to school for a bunch of shit. I was like, he and I need to do a project together because I think it'll be hilarious. Because also, like, if we're like actually allowed to let loose, we're gonna do some really stupid and hilarious stuff. Because we will probably yes and each other to death.
Oh yeah.
Because
That's easy.
we were doing that last night at the Friendsgiving, because he sent me something horrible the other day, and I'll send it to you. But it's basically this guy cores out a banana, puts beans in it, covers it in cheese, grills it, and then does something else with it. Yeah, I don't know why, but like Andre's like, you should do this, but with jalapenos, and I'm like, why are you like this?
See, I want to do the same thing, but with the pearl onions. Cover them in chocolate, and put them out.
That's just mean.
What are those little round chocolate balls you always get around Christmas?
The Ferrero Rochers?
No, the other ones. This is a
Basically-
homemade treat. It's a nut Dunkin' chocolate. Brazil nut, chocolate covered Brazil, or hazelnut.
Buckeyes.
Buckeyes, yes.
Buckeyes, but onions, you dickhead.
But serve them in the same thing with the Buckeyes.
I think you might smell it, to be fair.
To be fair. To be fair.
I hit the long one. Shit.
To be
Fires. I haven't hit the buttons in so long I forgot what
For
button
real.
it was.
It's got to be gun shy saying to be fair.
Yeah. but that's what's so funny about it. You know what's even funnier is that Jordan does it now.
Oh, to be fair?
Yeah. When I say to be fair, to be fair. I am. And then we actually harmonized yesterday. It was
To be
just funny.
fairs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I look forward to it. And I told him, I was like, dude, if you need help with some of this shit, because you don't have a manager or anything else like that, as like, if you need somebody to help you, we can figure something out. Like, because if you want to do this, it's like, I know people who know people, and I'm probably better at representing you than you are. Because we went out to play pool the other night, Saturday night, after we went bowling. And he gave his card to the lady at the bar, and she kind of dismissed him.
Really?
Yeah, even though they have a stage to perform on and stuff like that, and he just needs new venues.
Does he... Let me make a phone call.
He would play the Legion.
No.
Oh. But if they want somebody, he would.
The father-in-law is very good friends with the fellow who owns that entertainment center. Time to spare?
I'm not talking there.
Okay.
That's not where we went.
What, cut shoot?
We went to 300 Bowl.
Okay. Well,
But if you know but yeah, I mean, if he wants another venue for that, but that's not where I was talking.
okay.
No, we went to Mavericks to play pool for some reason.
Oh, yeah, they'll dismiss him in a heartbeat at Mavericks.
But the problem is, like, there's people in there who would watch his ass.
He has
The
all
old
his
timers.
teeth. They don't worry.
Huh?
He has all his teeth. They don't want him there.
That's fair.
He's not going to stab anybody. They don't want him there.
Also fair. But either way, it's just like they completely dismissed him for whatever. Just basically didn't take him seriously. But the whole point is he doesn't know how to promote himself. He forgets to do shit. Like, we're trying to get him set up to do a show at Burger Fresh because, oh my God, if there was any place in Conroe.
Right? Exactly.
It's like, yeah.
Or the Magnolia Diner.
Magnolia Diner would work too. We just got to get him there. But like now that he's working a real job at normal hours, it's going to be a little harder to figure out, but he's going to make it work. But it's like, I want to help him do his thing. But
Shoot,
it's
if he
like,
keeps doing that, he's going to get swole.
I just know he's going to lose weight is what he's going to do because he got fat and he's mad at
But he's
himself.
going to bulk up.
That's what he wants to do. He was already powerlifting before that.
Yeah.
He just got lazy. So it is what it is. But
Lazy
anyway,
happens. I've been on a freaking lazy kick here lately.
you're looking a little bulgy.
Yeah, I need to go crack back down.
Yeah. I worked on the problem that I've been having the last couple days. Actually, I've had the problem for several weeks now, but over the last couple days I've been working on it, feeling remarkably better, but still got much work to do.
Yeah.
But either way, getting off of that subject. Wait, okay, so the new Dune show. I
haven't watched the second episode yet.
but I caught up. I watched the first one.
What'd you think?
I fell asleep. I basically checked the fuck out for probably the first third of it. Didn't really give a shit about most of what was going on at all. The voiceover combined with the, hey, look at this, and then, oh, we're going to jump over to this, and then that, and I'm just like, that was a lot of backstory in the
catch
first
the
25
ending
minutes.
at all?
Yes, I saw the
Holy shit.
I mean, yes, that was the holy
What
shit.
what they didn't do is explain how that happened.
I assume that's in episode 2.
I hope so, because
And
wow.
I assume it has to do with that particular dude who was there for that.
Well, he's basically a Fremen.
Yeah. So I think he's an anti Bene Gesserit,
Yes.
literally. So I think that's what's going on there. But I mean, like, the show looks fantastic. I think Mark Strong is weirdly miscast because, like, he's playing kind of a very weak version of an emperor.
Now, who's Mark Strong?
The guy playing the emperor,
Bald guy?
bald guy.
Okay.
So he's an amazing actor, and he's usually a badass.
Horrible names.
Yeah. Well, it's pretty easy. It's 2 syllables. Mark Strong.
I have to care first.
Yeah.
So,
Have you seen The Kingsman?
no, okay. I
Yeah.
meant,
Yeah, watch the Kingsman movies.
yeah, I got you.
Yeah, because he's so damn good in that as Merlin.
He was.
Yeah,
He bulked up for the Dune movie. It looks like he's a little bit bigger,
he's probably smaller because that was 10 years ago.
or his face is fatter.
Probably fatter. I mean, like the fact. I mean, there's money put into the show. It looks fine. It is definitely in the current Duniverse, but you could easily slip it into any of the other ones if you wanted to. Actually, probably not true because they showed that even 10,000 years prior, they still had the shield technology. Okay, so here's the thing. Let me bring this up. They have virtually no advancements in technology over 10,000 fucking years.
That means that they basically did what the Roman Empire did. They hit their pinnacle, or what they thought their pinnacle was, and just coasted.
Well, I mean, their technology is fantastic. Don't get me wrong. But I think it's because they're scared of the thinking machines.
Exactly.
So
That's
much.
100% why.
So they bioengineer and they do like biotechnology, but they don't do mechanical
Like everybody
technology.
freaked out at the lizard toy.
They should have, because I think that thing was meant for assassinations. I don't think that kid knew what it was.
Oh, really?
I didn't get that from the show at all. It felt like he had no idea what it was about to do when he pushed the button. And then when he looked terrified when it became the thing. And of course his dad is all like, look, it's just technology.
And then his new wife made him shit his pants.
Yeah, also having like a fucking 20-year-old marry a 9-year-old for
Yeah.
political reasons, but she's supposed to be the empress. I was like, yeah, that's going to happen.
And he was such a little douche. He said, my father said, this is all a formality. We don't have to talk.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's true. I mean, like, she's trying to play nice, and he doesn't know anything because he's a fucking 9-year-old.
Yeah.
Being used as a political pawn. It is what it is. And basically also for breeding stock. Good luck.
Well, the Bene Gesserits, they got the breeding program.
I want to see the inside of the room.
What room?
The one where all the breeding, the thousands of years of fucking genetic computing is. I want to see inside that room.
It's probably just a database.
I want to see it. It's probably holographic and cool. But no, but that's what shocked me when it opened up on that little that fight, and they were using the same, well, slightly different.
Well,
but,
see, episode 2's up now.
yeah, it came out last night.
Yeah.
I didn't watch it because I was so busy catching up on other shit this morning. Because Mighty Car Mods put out a fucking new episode, and then MCM2 put out another episode, and then got caught up on Bleach, and then by that point I'm like, fuck, I got to get to the tax office to go take care of tags for the car finally, and then I had to come home, clean the fucking kitchen because it was horrendous. Like, you see what it is now. It was as worse as it's been in months this weekend. And the sink is fucking full of shit. But anyway, I had to take care of that.
Isn't there another human that lives here that might help with said chores?
She does help with chores.
Okay.
She fucking did dishes the other day. And then that immediately didn't matter anymore because holy fuck.
That's how it goes.
We produce so many dishes so quickly with
now,
2 people.
We've spaced apart our meals that I cook at the house. And when I cook, as soon as dinner's over, everybody phones down, up, and everybody keep moving until we're done.
I watched a thing, and it's going to... Oh. Sorry, I forgot to put it in my notes, but I did watch a movie that was new, and it was Alien Romulus.
How was it? More guys in alien suits?
Well, there was one guy in an alien suit for sure. I'm not sure what the other aliens were for. Or if they weren't entirely CG. So I will say, as an alien movie goes, it was slightly above average. As an actual movie, probably slightly below average.
Better than 1, worse than 3?
Oh, 1 is still the best. Everything's better than 3.
On the prison planet, yeah.
Yeah, everything's better than... Well, you know what? I'm a fan of 3, but I also have seen both versions of 3.
Okay, 3 had good action.
Yeah, but I've also seen theatrical and the director cut of 3, which is minor differences, but the differences make more sense.
See, 1 wasn't my favorite. 2's my favorite.
Well, Aliens is great, but Alien this one was trying to go back to the horror roots,
Okay.
not just sci-fi thriller army bullshit.
4 was kind of stupid. Requiem.
No, that's
Alien Requiem was the 4th one,
no
where she had basically the hybrid, the human alien hybrid.
incorrect.
Really?
You're just making things up now.
Yeah,
You're talking about resurrection.
that's it.
Yeah, that's what I said.
I'm thinking of Alien versus Predator.
You're thinking AVP-R.
Yeah, the
which
second
is
AVP.
not in the same canon technically.
No,
Which is weird because it is.
that's why they get all crazy.
Well, the Predator movies and Alien movies weren't supposed to technically be in the same canon. Predator 2 said, hey, by the way, and then AVP-R said, AVP and then AVP-R both said, well, looky here, and then we tie in Weyland Yutani. However, not 100% the same alien universe, but the cool thing about Romulus, the new movie, it ties the prequels of Covenant and the one that is
Starts with a P.
that one. Why is it just completely lost? Prometheus.
Prometheus.
So
We'll get there.
yeah. So obviously Prometheus and Covenant were together, but they were prequels. And initially, Prometheus was not an alien movie. It wasn't until Covenant that they said, "Oh, by the way, this is an alien movie. Forget what you saw in the last movie. This is definitely an alien movie," because they wanted it to sort. Even Ridley Scott, the guy, literally, he's like, "Okay, look, it's tied in, but it's not tied in. It's a prequel, but it's not a prequel. Fuck you, it's a prequel," because Romulus directly ties Covenant to the rest of it, even though this is actually a sequel to Alien.
Mm-hmm.
So Alien Romulus is actually number 2 in the timeline.
Yeah, I kind of stopped keeping up with
Yeah.
it.
So it takes place 20 years after Alien. So after the Nostromo self-destructs and all that stuff. And it picks up the very beginning of the movie. You see this probe going out to the destroyed leftover bits of the Nostromo, and they recover this really crazy looking rock. And then you see them bring it back to this fucking station, and they cut it up with fancy lasers. And then they do this really, actually very, very cool reveal. You don't see what they pull out of the rock. You see they lift the lid off the rock. They open it almost like a fucking oyster. And then the camera pans to underneath, and you see the imprint of that original fucking alien from Alien.
Oh, you're talking about the xenomorph.
The xenomorph.
Okay.
So you see Big Chap, as he's called.
Big Chap. Okay.
That is literally what the original alien's name was. If you did that right, it wouldn't be loose. This whole thing down here moves and rotates. You don't have to.
I do, and every time I'm here, it's loose. I tighten it up.
No,
here.
not this. This.
Oh, yes, I know.
This part works. This part loosens when you do it wrong.
Anyway.
Either way. So basically it's like, oh, look, the Weyland-Yutani company is still trying to create the ultimate living being by grabbing a xenomorph. I still haven't figured out exactly how they got to where they did in the movie, because sure, we'll go with it. It's fine.
Because if Alien Resurrection was his goal, he needs to do better.
So
Because that thing was awkward.
it looks like, here's Alien Resurrection is also like 300 years in the future.
Yeah.
So there's massive time skips. So Alien to Aliens is like
Well, how long
50
did she
years.
spend in stasis after 2?
So from 2 to 3, I think was something like 10 years.
Her life was gone when 2 started.
Yeah, because it was like 40 fucking years.
Yeah.
So between 1 and 2 was like 40 some odd years. The time between 1 and Romulus is 20 years. Because they talk about what happened to the Nostromo crew and all this other shit. However,
Then how long after that was she on the prison planet?
I think that Ripley ended up on the prison planet like ultimately like 80 or 90 years, something like that. It could
And
be
there
wrong.
she died
Yeah.
and was cloned in 4
Yes. But
with some of the alien DNA.
because they took her blood samples before she died.
Yeah.
But it only took them 300 some odd years to get around to cloning her.
So yeah, this is a lot of time went by.
Yeah. But the funny part is they kind of want to retcon out 3 and especially
They
4.
should.
Well, okay, hold on. We can leave 3. They can retcon out 4. If they continue down the Romulus timeline, because apparently they want a sequel to Romulus.
Because they kind of put themselves into a bind by leaving 4. there.
Yes. But 4 was such a mess and nobody really wants it there. They can get rid of it. But
Yeah, that ship's already destroyed.
literally.
And
But-
she got away after sucking her baby out through the friggin' little hole in the window.
Yeah, so here's the thing about Romulus, why it doesn't get very big scores. I mean, it's a good movie, don't get me wrong. It has to reference effectively the first 4 Alien movies. Like, 4 of them. Like, you get shit from Alien, Aliens, Alien 3, and Resurrection. All in here, and with a hint of Covenant.
Yeah.
It's like, holy fuck. Like, and they even had to do the line, "Get away from her, you bitch."
Really?
Yes, they did it. in the movie, and it was forced. It was like, hey, look,
Forced.
here's the thing.
But they didn't say I guess our only option is to nuke them from orbit.
No, because there was none of that. So it also was a very small movie. Basically, it only took place between 5 people.
Okay.
So that was kind of cool. And the thing is, they actually end up dealing with a whole automated system. So obviously, Wheel and Yutani, once again, they're trying to get the xenomorphs to figure out what the hell makes them do the thing they are, why they are somehow the perfect fucking being, and try to engineer better humans so that basically they don't have to feed people to be slave labor. Is effectively what they want. They want certain people to live really, really long into the future without having to do anything, get rid of aging, but then they want their slave labor class to basically be infinite and not need to take breaks and all these other things. So the problem is that the stuff, because you've never seen Covenant or Prometheus, right? So you have no idea about the black goo.
No black goo.
The black goo. That's the stuff that xenomorphs come from. It is this crazy, like, virus goo that it's like a primordial goo that is also sentient because it gets on any living organism and it automatically starts mutating it to try to become the best it can possibly be. Problem is, when it hits like a complex being like us, it mostly turns you into a zombie and rots your body and starts reorganizing your flesh into however it feels like turning you. That's why Prometheus was like fucking gross out humor in some parts. But then that's also how you get the vagina snake. So there's that. You'll see if everybody knows what the vagina snake is.
I'll check them out.
Oh, it's worth it. The fact that a dipshit scientist sees this vagina snake and goes, oh, hey, that's cool. Let me touch it. And then it fucking latches onto his arm and fucking fucks him up. I was like, you're an idiot.
Like Steve Irwin in space.
Yeah, basically, is really what happened.
I'm going to poke it.
Dude, I will tell you, from the time gap of Prometheus to Alien, humanity got really fucking smarter. Because goddamn, they were dumb. They were so fucking dumb, especially in Covenant. These guys are on an alien world that they're like, oh, why did we stop here? This isn't the planet we're supposed to go to. And then they hop out and immediately, without wearing any type of protective gear, start exploring.
It might have been that they were in such a safe and secure place their entire lives as a society.
Nope, these are roughnecks.
Okay.
These are roughnecks, not the high society guys.
Not the guys that didn't know any better.
No, these are the fucking
These are just idiots.
These are roughnecks and military guys who should fucking know better.
Dale and Tucker go to space.
And they literally, yeah. Well, no, not that. Who's that guy? Fuck, can't remember his name off the top of my head. Either way, from what's the other Canadian show? The Trailer Park Boys.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's in there. I forgot his name. All of a sudden, I can't. Let's see. Oh, Danny McBride,
Which one's he?
the brown-haired one with the mullet.
Okay.
Yeah, so he's in that one as a cowboy. It's funny, but either way, so these motherfuckers go down to an alien world that like has wheat growing on it, like human fucking
Like
wheat.
agriculture.
Agricultural on this planet and see structures and everything else like that. And like, what the fuck is going on? This is not even on our star maps. What the hell?
Or at that point, was it wild wheat?
No, it was cultivated.
Cultivated rows?
Cultivated,
Wow.
yeah. It was growing wild because the society had previously been killed, but you don't find out why till later.
They got eaten.
Melted. So the fun part is let me just preface this because you've never seen it. The very beginning of Prometheus, they show you the genesis of Earth. Literally. They show you the engineers, which are the aliens that basically started most life in the universe. The black goo is their way to start life on a planet. So they come to a barren, not quite desolate planet Earth, and you get a volunteer who basically strips down, and like the engineers look like giant white humans with black eyes. And they're just alien enough, but they're mostly human, right? And basically the volunteer has to drink a little shot of the black goo as you sit there and take your shot of tequila. And it immediately like starts tearing him down from the inside out, and he falls in the water, and that goo goes out to go and produce life on Earth.
Okay.
So they created or discovered the black goo, and then they cultivated it to enhance their own society. So there's like they also end up having like the normies and then like the space goers.
Oh, so they have a class system.
They have a class system too, even though it's hilarious. But also, they're not entirely happy with everything they created, so they get pissed off at humanity and just say, you know what, fuck them. And so decide to, in some point in one of these movies, the plan was, hey, thanks for fucking annoying me. I'm going to go wipe out Earth now because you people suck. You are not what we intended for that planet. And so literally like, I'm going to go destroy Earth because you guys suck balls. By this point, they're actually already colonizing space, so fuck them. But either way, that's how you tie in old movies and new movies with the technology and all that kind of shit like that. But the black goo, now that it's been brought into the modern version of Aliens, or I should say the modern day of Alien, is cool because that shows that Weyland-Yutani is like, yay, we're going to do the thing. It's like, we have the special stuff now. We have the MacGuffin, as it were. I said it.
You bastard.
It is their MacGuffin, though, in the movie. So, but the coolest scene, because I don't remember we remember months ago when we watched the trailer for Romulus.
Yeah.
It was like, it's like the sirens and stuff like that, and then still frames. The one thing that got me right at the end was the girl floating towards what was clearly xenomorph blood floating in
And
zero
she
grav.
couldn't get out of the way.
That scene is probably one of the best scenes in the movie. I won't spoil how it goes.
Yeah.
But the whole thing they do with the zero grav in the thing is fun. And it reminds me of a game. In fact, it borrows heavily from
But I need to get Prometheus watched first.
Prometheus and Covenant.
Okay.
So it goes
Oh,
Prometheus.
crap.
Yeah, it's 2 movies.
You're killing me, Smalls.
Covenant's this literal sequel to Prometheus. I mean, you can watch Covenant without Prometheus, but you missed all the setup and why the fuck these characters matter at all.
I'm almost at the end of season 3 of the Arrow and season 1 of the Flash, so I'm rolling through that.
Damn. Wait, how are you that far deep?
Been watching them every night
No, but I'm saying, how are you so far into Arrow without already starting the Flash?
because that guide I picked up. You don't pick up the Flash until season 3 of Arrow, season
Really?
8. Yes.
It's that far?
Yes.
That's crazy.
They have a crossover season 3, episode 8 on the Flash.
Uh-huh.
And so at that point, I started just watching 1 and 1.
But wait, what's that crossover?
Where they meet for the first time.
So the first time Barry comes to Star City.
Where friggin' where Oliver shoots him in the back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, what do you mean? What's he doing?
Moving.
Oh, because his tail was yoinking the camera. Wait, hold on. But he's already the Flash.
Yes. But he trains him to go faster. They team up on another meta.
Yes, but Barry gets introduced, or Felicity gets introduced way before that.
Yes. But this is the first proper team up.
Yes, but that's not where the Flash starts.
No, it started.
Way earlier than
Yeah.
that. That's why I was confused.
But there was
That's the first crossover, yes.
first
but,
crossover, yes.
But the Flash started way earlier than that. That's why I was like, what do you mean?
Well,
Like, you don't start the Flash in season 3.
No, but it was season 1, Arrow season 3, Flash season 1, episode 8.
That was their first crossover.
Yes.
But they had already interacted with Barry pre-Flash.
Yes.
Earlier, way earlier than that.
That was, yeah, they did. Where
Yeah.
he came to Star City to help.
Yeah, so you're saying you were doing 1-to-1 back and forth then.
The guide told me to start doing that at season 3 of the Arrow and season 1 of the Flash. Anyway, it's working.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't know about that. I would have just started because basically the way it looked, or the way it was set up, was that Flash started halfway through Arrow season. Sorry, so like that way there was carryover into the next. So you got about what each season is.
But it didn't. You had to. They were introduced in season 2. You know, Felicity introduced to the Barry.
Yeah.
That was season 2.
Okay.
And then their first big team up were, hey, we need your help.
Yeah. But there's a whole season of Flash before that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
I just watched it. No.
I was like, this is how I remember it though.
Dude, you're allowed to be wrong once in a while. No.
Because you get his whole beginning as the Flash,
Of course.
and then he runs into Arrow later. Obviously, well, he goes to Oliver after he gets his powers and talks to him briefly about.
He
whatever.
rolls in without his bosses knowing that he left Central City
Yeah,
to help and investigate that metahuman.
yeah, because he followed.
And
him
while he was
from-
there, they kind of figure each other out.
yeah, Yeah.
That, yeah.
I'm suspicious of your list. I want to see this because, like, I would not have thought they got 2 whole seasons done, almost done before.
Well, they
Barry
did,
Allen
and I was
introduced.
waiting. It was irritating. I was like, "Come on, hurry up!"
Yeah, because I would have thought it was like halfway through season 1 was where it started.
But
maybe
anyway,
you're
I'm
right.
on season.
Maybe you're right.
I'm on season episode 19 or 20 in season
Yeah.
3 of the Arrow.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So my point was
I'm almost done.
So my point was the seasons are half offset.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. No, pretty much at the halfway point of Arrow is when the next season of Flash starts. So,
But
it
I'm
overlaps
I'm
with the
still
next
watching
one.
them, one for one as I go down now.
Yeah. So you should do. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Until it gets more complicated and they introduce 2 more shows.
Yeah, and then I'll be
Yeah. And then once again, Constantine is only there for the refresher for Legends of Tomorrow.
so the Palmer Industries guys. I finally got to see the Atom Fly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was interesting.
He is one of the lesser utilized characters, unfortunately.
He's still an entertaining character. He's funny.
You know who he is? Brandon Routh? That guy? He was Superman.
Oh, okay.
Superman Returns.
Okay.
So that's why it's even funnier. He stayed in the DC universe, but he's not Superman anymore. But when minor spoilers, because when they get to Crisis on Infinite Earths, they start interacting with other Supermen of different eras. And I could be wrong. I think he returns, pun intended, as that Superman in that.
Yep.
Because you also, once again, spoilers, we get a brief moment with Smallville. Clark Kent /
So
Superman.
where am I now? They're just about to have the episode Who is Harrison Wells, where they start really clashing.
Oh, they haven't figured out.
They've already done the time jump, and he's already figured out that Harrison Wells is the Reverse Flash.
Yeah,
Cisco's having his flashbacks to when he
killed him in the previous
and
universe.
that's kind of where we're at now.
Yeah. So this is when it's still like really good.
It is really good.
It starts getting real shitty in about 2.5 seasons.
Well, at least I have a.
Now Arrow stays okay. Its Flash starts going downhill.
Where
when
are
they-
we in the Arrow? He
Malcolm,
just got outed,
he got outed as the vigilante
and
because he was not
Roy
the Hood. He was the Hood first.
Roy's dead. Got stabbed in prison. That's what I just finished. Yeah, dead and quote unquote. But anyway,
So this is when Roy gave himself up
Yeah.
as the Red Hood.
and he got stabbed,
Yeah,
isn't dead. But anyway,
quote unquote.
quote unquote. So Oliver's in the clear.
Yeah.
So it's either.
Wait,
my guess is
who are
he's-
they going up against right now? Is it Malcolm?
No, Ra's al Ghul.
Oh, this is the Roz season. Wait, I forget. Wait, how do they say it? Raish?
Raish.
Okay.
But
'Cause
Al Ghul has him pinned down.
This is
either,
a decent season.
Wear the ring of the dragon.
Yeah.
My mantle.
He wants
or
him to
lose
the demon.
everything.
No, he wants him to be the
The demon.
yeah. So this is a Batman story that they adapted.
Okay.
Yeah, Heir to the Demon, like this whole thing. And so I'm assuming they brought in because they haven't done Talia yet. They're doing the other daughter of Nessa. So the thing is,
Nessa, whatever.
I think it's. Who cares? Either way, like she, as far as I know, I don't think she was an
But
original.
good grief, that the captain, he was insane going after Oliver hard as hell.
Oh yeah, the old captain.
Holy crap.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Oh, because that's Laurel's dad. Yeah, man, I forgot how good those earlier seasons
They're
were.
real good. I'm enjoying them.
Because have they gotten to the point where they've renamed it Star City yet?
No.
Okay, so it's coming. So it's,
Probably next
it's
season.
Starling season now. It's Ray Palmer who changes that down the line, because like he becomes in as the I don't think he does anything publicly as the Atom, but this is where they start building their Justice League. Has Diggle started doing any extra activities yet, or just helping Oliver in the shadows?
He's always been helping Oliver.
Okay, because he comes in on his own later.
Oh, he's going to get a name.
Yeah.
Okay.
He sort of picks up
Arsenal was a good call. I like that.
Arsenal. Yeah, Roy was shit. Oh, okay. So in the comic books, Roy is Speedy.
Really, he calls him Speedy at one point.
Yes, but Speedy is his nickname for Thea. I think is that her name, Thea.
Yes.
Yeah. And her whole situation gets so fucking weird. Like
Well, it's weird already.
it gets weirder. And then when they start bringing in metahumans into that situation, it gets even weirder.
Yeah,
'Cause
they
keep
just had their first metahuman in Starling City. The guy with the Bernie eyes.
Yes. So they start getting a lot of, because most at this point the metahumans are coming from what happened in Central City.
They're matriculating. They're
Yeah.
expanding. Hey,
Later,
there's no Flash over here.
yeah, later they start getting metahumans from another place, and they're like, wait a minute. But then also more people die, then they undie, and then they die again, sort of, but not. And then they don't, and then they are, and then they am, and then timelines.
Well, I'll get there.
It gets fucking ridiculous. It follows the comics in the way that everything
Oh,
is
trust
so
me, I'm going to stick to
complicated.
that guide so I can keep my head wrapped around it.
Yeah, it just gets so complicated later, especially once you got time travelers in the mix, and you have them doing their Doctor Who nonsense, and going like space and time fucking shit, and then they do their first mega crossover with all the shows was against a fucking alien
Don't
species.
you-
It's nothing crazy. You'll get there. It's not a problem.
Spoiler me
like,
not.
But it was like not even from the comics, as far as I know. They fucking had to find a reason to bring their Justice League together for the first time, and also the fact everybody, like half of them, are coming from different Earths.
Mm-hmm.
You know. So, the Reverse Flash is a decent story. Zoom, which is coming eventually. I'm not going to spoil it. I'm just saying.
Dick.
So the biggest thing with the Flash is most of his enemies are like bullshit guys who have cool technology, like Captain Cold and stuff
Or the
like
lady
that.
with the bees, just recently.
Lady with the bees, yeah. But like you get the guys who are just normal humans but can do cool shit. Then those guys, you end up
Yeah, cold,
weird places.
cold and heat.
Yeah, cold and heat. So like, the problem is,
Yeah, they just came to an agreement.
yeah,
Just don't kill anybody,
yeah.
and we'll kind of stay out of each other's hair.
Basically, yeah. And it's just they don't like you can do your minor bullshit crimes and I won't fuck with you, but if you kill somebody, we're gonna have a problem because that's Mick and Snart.
Yeah, dropped them off in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, it's like so they have a fun story. They do.
I don't know.
I like those
Flash
guys,
needed to be more deadly. He could have ended so many things if he just
Yes,
killed
but
the
he-
people that needed killing.
but he's a good person.
Yeah, but still, good people need to kill people that need killing.
That's what cops are for.
Or
No, that's what the cops are for in the show, killing people.
Anti-heroes. Yeah.
Well, you get some of those down the line. You get like almost nobody dies of violence in the Flash. If they die, it's usually due to a super evil person doing something super evil, like what happened to Cisco the first go around.
I got a question. All the prisoners in the pipeline, how are they fed? Where do they go to the bathroom? Where do they sleep?
Don't ask questions you don't want the answer
Or is
to.
it just a stasis field when it shuts?
They feed them. They literally feed them. Caitlin or Cisco takes them trays of food. Bathroom, not entirely certain, other than maybe they in those cells there's a toilet. You don't see it, but it's got to be there. I mean, they don't really have privacy, and also like the metahuman pipeline gets very full at some point. It gets so funny. Like they kind of have to forget about the pipeline at some point because
Yeah, I
it's like
bet.
we only got like 3 fucking sets in the show. We got to expand it.
And they only have 4 employees, so they need to.
So wait, I forgot. You said they jumped to the future. Was it when Barry
Barry's
accidentally
running.
He ran too fast and went to the future a little bit.
Then he's basically repeating the day before.
Oh, that one. Yes, he jumped just ahead and
Yes.
then came back. That's right. Okay. Because
And Wells was going, no, don't tell me anything. Don't tell me
yes,
anything.
exactly. Yeah. So my only complaint, truly, about the Flash, is the over reliance and overuse of Harrison Wells's character. You'll see what I mean. Like right now, it all totally makes sense of what's going on. What they do in the future is annoying. Like, and I'm saying just because they and I should actually say it's more about Tom Cavanaugh than it is about Harrison Wells, the guy who's playing Wells,
Okay.
because there is almost no reason. They found a reason, but realistically, for the way his character goes by the end is so fucking stupid, and it's only stupid because it's Tom Cavanaugh doing it. Because you've seen him in the Reverse Flash costume already, right? So they update that over time, just like they update the Flash's uniform or costume over time.
It gets shinier.
Gets shinier, cooler. But there's a version of Reverse Flash that they do in the show and way, way, way down the pipeline. And I said it on purpose. and it looks so stupid because they cram Tom Cavanaugh into this suit, and it is squeezing every ounce of fat through the face hole. And it's like, I'm sorry, he looks doofy as fuck, and he's supposed to be the most threatening, scary version.
Why do you think he always blurred his image?
It was so much better when they did that. When he like, the point of the super speed gets completely lost eventually. Like, because you can only show it so many times. They're like, oh, he's going so much faster this time. Like the first time Barry uses his super speed to like stop that wave of water.
Yeah.
That was kick ass.
That was neat.
Then later he'll do some other stuff and you're just like, wait, how are you going to show he's going faster than that? And then eventually they had to change how they show him running, and you'll see so like you'll get used to the shot of him doing down the street. Like,
just like he's long striding, hauling ass.
Looks so much better than what they did with the Flash movie with Ezra Miller, because that version of his running looks so dumb. No. Just go look up a video of Ezra Miller's running as the Flash, because you can tell he's having to run on a green screen background, right? But he doesn't run like, like Barry in this version, Grant Gustin. He runs like that, which makes sense. The way that Ezra does it, he looks like he's skating. He's doing this ridiculous, like,
oh, good grief.
And his legs and everything are going really far out. He literally looks like he's ice skating. I'm like, that looks so bad. Like, nobody would run that way. It's like at no point of showing any speedster. Like, the best version, and I agree with this. I agree with the internet on this one. I hate the movie, but in the Eternals, they have a speedster named Mercari. The way they show her running in super speed is awesome, because the camera stays on her and the background just goes like, it's like you're like in a speed tunnel running from her point of view, and like that looks great. Like they finagle it with the Flash later, but the first time you see him running with another speedster on a blue screen background, and you could tell that they're clearly not really running anywhere. They're running in place and trying to talk to each other. It looks so fucking bad. One person, I'm not going to say who they are. One person in particular, when they are running together into the Speed Force or whatever they're doing, it looks so fucking bad in the show. I'm like, you can tell the budget took a major dip that season, because she also was given almost no direction. Sorry, I spoiled a little bit by saying she, but like you'll forget by the time you get there.
We'll talk about him again next week. But where I'm at.
So she runs. Y'all can't. The Patreon will see this. So he's doing this
big. He's 90-degree arms.
He's doing 90-degree arms.
Hand.
She's doing this. It looks so fucking bad.
Knife hands facing each other.
Yes, knife hands facing each other.
Looks like
I'm running fast. I'm rubbing my boobs. I'm brushing my shirt off. I got crumbs on me.
Looks like Danny DeVito trying to run.
No, I look like Danny DeVito trying to run. No, but it looks so bad when because there's other speedster characters, because get used to those. Spoiler, the Flash has lots of Flash family members. Some are great. Some are done really well. I really wish they had done an alternate version of the one they did an alternate version of. I should say they made a very specific choice with Joe and Iris that changes another major character entirely, because they're not black in the comics. So that alters a major other character in the future. And it's like, okay. Because we were all like, why did they make Iris black?
Speaking of casting choices, did you see what they did with the How to Train Your Dragon trailer?
Hey, you read my notes. So I was going to bring this up. So I am so sick of fucking live action cartoon remakes that I'm boycotting this fucking movie.
Yeah.
You haven't seen the movies.
I've seen the show. I watched it with Luke.
Oh, that doesn't count.
When he was a kid. We really enjoyed them.
Yeah, but the movies, the animated versions of How to Train Your Dragon.
I've seen one of them.
They're fucking fantastic.
Yeah, they are.
Now, the first one is weak comparatively animation-wise, but it was fucking 15 years before the final one came
The one
out.
where his mom showed back up.
That's 2.
That's the one. We've seen that one, too.
2 is fantastic.
Yeah, we enjoyed it.
3, the villain is meh, but the overall animation and story is great. The moving the story forward, great. Riders of Berk was the show, well, the first show, then they did a sequel. But either way, they're doing a live action version to fully recreate the characters that were on screen. The problem is, do you know why you do a cartoon? Do you know why you do animation?
So you can do whatever you want.
Yeah. And characters don't have to look a certain way. They can have funny dimensions.
Yeah.
Like, did you see the version of Fish Legs?
No, I didn't watch it.
Okay, no.
I saw a picture and that's it.
Okay, so the teaser trailer is basically almost the same shot-for-shot teaser of the original one, and it ends with Toothless and Hiccup doing the scene where he puts his hand out.
Mm-hmm.
They make Toothless look almost identical to how he did in the show. Probably a little bigger than he was. Scale is weird. Problem is that you have to have a real human portraying Hiccup, who is like this scrawny, big-headed fucking kid
With a prosthetic.
well, eventually has a prosthetic. In the first movie, he didn't have it. He still had a foot back then.
Yeah, true.
So the thing is, also they significantly changed Astrid's character. She ain't blonde anymore, or blue-haired, or blue-eyed.
You know, that Nordic.
That very, very
fair-skinned,
Nordic
blonde,
look.
red,
Yeah, blonde
maybe
and red.
brown hair.
Yeah, and now it's a brown-eyed,
Now it's a
brown
Jamaican.
haired. Well, she's not really Jamaican. There are some scenes that make her look darker skinned than she is. However, the point is she does not look like Astrid.
Yeah.
But the point is, it's supposed to be a fucking cartoon. You don't have to live action everything. I saw some shots of the live action Moana.
Yeah, leave it alone.
Why are they doing live action Moana?
Right after the cartoon comes out.
No, here's the thing. Well, next month, Moana 2 comes out,
Yeah.
and it's animated. Moana live action comes next year. Why?
I don't
And
get it.
The Rock is playing Maui in a bodysuit because he doesn't have the full dimensions. Yes, he's muscular, but he doesn't have the bulky dimensions.
He's not fluffy.
He's not fluffy. It's like, holy fuck. Like, why? Why would you do this? Like, it's one thing to go back to the old school.
They've just run out of ideas. They're friggin' idiots.
Look. Do the old school hand-drawn cartoon remakes. Fine. Because that doesn't have an equivalent. But doing a movie that's less than 15 years old, that was really good top-of-the-line CG and amazingly acted, redoing it in live action, which is going to be 80% CG anyways, with Gerard Butler playing the fucking dad. It's so goddamn dumb.
Yes.
Look, look, Disney is fully guilty of it. Now DreamWorks is doing it. That means live action Shrek is around the fucking corner.
Oh, good God.
They'll do it. They'll
Please.
fucking do it, except Shrek will 100% be CG. Donkey will be realistic looking for some reason.
They got to get Eddie
So-
Murphy back if they do it.
So on top of all that,
They better not cast Kevin Hart anywhere
it'll be Kevin Hart as Donkey.
as the gingerbread man.
No, Donkey.
Fucking A.
And they'll replace, well, actually, if they replace Mike Myers with somebody else like Craig Ferguson, I'll be okay.
Yeah.
So I always say it's Craig Ferguson in How to Train Your Dragon, but I don't think it actually is. Just
And then
another Scottish
Farquaad's
guy.
going to be like Cat Williams.
It would literally be Cat Williams doing Whiteface. Cat Williams and Whiteface. That's the name of this episode.
You green big motherfucker.
Listen here, you motherfucker.
You donkey.
I need you to go up to that there fucking castle and get my fucking hoe. You best bring her down here, you fucking ogre. You
Take
green
yourself
piece,
and your dumb ass with you.
you green piece of shit. And go up there and get my fucking thing. I'm gonna slap the shit out of you.
Look
Sorry,
at
now that's
that.
Kevin Hart. That's Kevin Hart. So either way, yeah,
He fucked the
us
dragon.
sitting here doing Pat Williams impressions. This is not how I thought this day would go.
But they got better.
Yeah. So the other thing is there's a leaked trailer for the Disney Snow White. So the Disney Snow
I'm
White.
already saying no.
Holy fuck, dude. The CG redo of the dwarves. So they now removed dwarves entirely. So as actors, they removed all physical human type shaped people who had replaced actual dwarves and replaced them with CG dwarves now, because now we get no dwarves acting in the movie. They look like fucking abominations. This is the full trailer. This is actually the trailer. Just dropped. Somebody's got it and leaked it early. I guess from D23. Somebody recorded it and dropped it.
They want to make them go, no, stop.
Dude, Dude,
Ugh. I'm sorry.
it looks so bad. And you can tell where they reworked the story because, like, I don't fully remember the Snow White story, but I don't remember her ever standing up against the evil queen. You know, it was mostly
Her running.
and then eventually, like, she ends up in a place, and then she stays with the dwarves until the witch finds her, gives her the apple, she falls asleep, and then the prince does everything else. So this is the Disney reworked I don't need no prince to save me.
So before it was a bitch takes a nap and does whatever with dwarf.
Yeah. So the dwarves are meant to be the hero. The prince is meant to just sort of, well, be the love interest.
Bumbling idiot white guy, huh?
Yeah, he's supposed to be the quote unquote, he's the grapist to come in there and grape her awake effectively. I doubt that they will do the poison apple scene, but I guarantee you she'll probably not fall asleep and then go for her vengeance against the queen. Looking at this fucking trailer is what it seems like they're doing. And also, once again, I want to point out the fact that they have the evil queen is Gal Gadot, and Rachel Ziegler is supposed to be the Snow White, who is so much fairer and far more beautiful.
Really?
Uh-huh. It's already...
They're just...
it's so goddamn
I don't know.
dumb.
The past 10 years, I've stopped paying attention to anything Disney.
Yeah. Well,
anything at all, because it's all crap.
some of the actual just straight up animated movies, CG, they're still
And in
animated.
the last 5 years, it's all woke as shit, and everything's got a message and an agenda. And
So that's one reason why they supposedly had to redo this, was not just because of the outrage on the dwarves, but because that. But here's the problem:
so they had to put in a message in it. They had to make an agenda.
the message was already there. They might have taken it back a little bit, but they couldn't reshoot most of the movie to fix it. Here's the problem, specifically with this movie that I saw in the trailer. They went past the uncanny valley and they just said, you know what? This is a Disney movie. Let's make these animals that she has to interact with look more cartoony. So they said, okay, we can do fully realistic, like birds, rabbits, deer, all the animals that come to her rescue and lead her to the dwarves, right? Through the forest. Holy fuck, they're going to do live action Bambi next. Because those fucking rabbits look like fucking Thumper. Like, did not look 100% real, look like just on the verge of a realistic version of the cartoon. And I'm like, oh God, that's what they're going to do next. They joked about doing Bambi next because Bambi was effectively the next movie after Snow White. But it's like, holy shit. One, they had the Lion King problem. And they did live action Lion King. You can't make realistic animals emote. Cartoons can emote all day because they don't have to rely on physics and built actual animals. The Mufasa prequel that's coming.
They did it in Homeward Bound: The Incredible Journey, but they didn't emote. You just heard them talk.
You just talked over it, but you had animals basically emote like animals do with the eye twitching and stuff. Very well animal acted for that. But no, I don't know if you know this, but they have a Mufasa prequel coming.
I saw that. Once again, no.
Here's what they did. They said, look, it looked weird the last time because they were basically absolutely realistic. We have to cartoonize them a little bit so that they can emote properly. So they have now actually slightly cartoonized their live action CG lions. And also no one gives a shit about this fucking project. No one cares about the history of Mufasa and Scar. Simba's the point. Fuck, man. And this is the other thing. The dwarves are more of the point to the importance of Snow White.
They're just reaching. They're cash grabbing because they know they're coming to an end. They know they're going to drive themselves out of business.
Yeah.
And they're trying to do everything they can to basically set themselves up for when everything falls apart.
Yeah. And Rachel Ziegler, the chick playing Snow White, we talked about her last year. She can't stop running her fucking mouth. She can't. Like, hello, you have a fucking movie to sell. Your last couple movies you were in, nobody gave a shit. And also, they've added a musical number to Snow White.
Can't stop running her mouth.
Keeps talking fucking woke leftist nonsense and hating on the people who don't like her.
Which is more and more people every day.
Every time she talks. Yeah. So, she's dumb.
So she's never going to shit.
And look, as a movie star, there is a time where you should talk about your values. When you're already having problems with your fucking movie getting off the ground, shut your fucking face.
Well, I don't agree they should be running their mouths anyway. They're an entertainer. Entertain. Shut the hell up and do your job.
I agree that Gina Carano was perfectly good in voicing her opinion after what Disney did to her, because she got basically blackballed and called a fucking Nazi.
Well,
So
yeah, she got done wrong. Other people are just running
Stupid.
their mouths just to run their mouths.
they're running their mouths because they think they're right, and in fact they're not. They're just assholes. Oh, by the way, Mark Hamill has gone off of all social media now.
I just saw Mark Hamill as the trickster in.
Isn't that weird?
It was so good.
Wait, how did you see him as a trickster?
In the Flash.
Oh, that's right. Because
it was so
he's
good.
the dad. He's the dad of the new.
He
trickster.
even went, because
I forgot he's actually in
I'm
that
your
one.
father.
Yeah. Forgot about that. Yeah. So I mentioned that Mark Hamill has basically gone all lefty and stupid. So he
Yeah.
hasn't posted on Twitter since November 5th.
Good for him.
He went over to Blue Sky, which is the new leftist alternative to Twitter,
Okay.
which apparently is getting shut down right and left because people keep takes about 2 seconds to get flagged for community violations. If you say that men are men and women are women, you get banned.
I may go get banned just for fun.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people are doing. They're going over there seeing how fast they can get banned. But then all the lefties who are going over there for their safe haven realize that some of the shit that they say also goes against fucking community guidelines, and they get banned. But also several 100,000, I think I might be exaggerating that, maybe tens of thousands of instances of a certain type of adult entertainment not involving adults popping up immediately on that site. It's like, wait, you're telling me the lefty safe haven suddenly is full of naked children? That's odd. Weird how that happens.
Right.
So after a week or two of Blue Sky, he quitting social media altogether. So good on Mark Hamill. Maybe he'll get out into reality. That was weird. I don't know why the camera said it disconnected. Oh, you know what? I bet Jessica's probably trying to call me.
Ah, okay.
Not a big deal. She's calling me on my phone up there. So for some reason it said that this camera connected. Never disconnected, but it did. Either way. So I think that these live action remakes absolutely need to stop.
They do.
Just keep the anime. I can't wait till the live action remake of Big Hero 6, which also won't work because those people don't look like normal people. It's the same problem with doing anime live action. It doesn't work.
At least if you're going to try to make something work, give us a live action, Incredibles.
No.
I want to see who they get to be Miss Incredible.
No. Because you can't do that. The point is it's the same exact thing. We've seen what stretchy, realistic humans look like, and it's fucking stupid.
Yep.
Try to get somebody.
Fantastic Four to.
Yeah, it looks stupid. By the way, the new Fantastic Four is coming, and you got Pedro Pascal playing as somebody who calls himself Reed Richards, who doesn't look like that. He just looks like Pedro Pascal. It's like, wow. Way to go with the guy who never changes his face for anything to play a very, very recognizable character.
Well, the previous generation had that problem with Sean Connery. He never played his part. He was just Sean Connery.
Yes, that is also a problem, but they made Sean Connery roles. The problem is that we already got a really good Reed Richards, killed him in one movie because the fans wanted it. It's like, hey, maybe you should have just stuck with that. Fucking idiots. Either way, with this whole live action remake nonsense, it's gone way too far, way too long, to the point that they're doing Moana in live action, which, mind you, it's barely stretching on the idea of what humans look like. Just barely. Mm-hmm. But still, like, are we going to do live action Toy Story next?
Oh, no.
Like, basically just make it look as real as possible.
Toy Story as a remake would be done so well as in stop motion.
No. So much harder.
Did you see Kubo and the Two Strings?
Kubo.
Yeah, still.
Yeah, you know how long it took them to make that movie?
It was so beautiful.
Yes.
It was an outstanding.
It's pretty much the last proper...
that was Guillermo del Toro?
No. Was that? No, del Toro did Pinocchio. That was...
Okay.
Pinocchio was live action. Kubo, I don't think, was del Toro. Del Toro is one of the only ones still doing claymation / stop motion. No, what I was getting at is, like, if they redid Toy Story, there would be a whole thing about identity. You know that the toys would be identifying as different things. And you know you'd get a Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head that is the same person.
Right.
That they just swap genders by changing their parts.
It'd be the Clark Kent effect.
They change their parts and they can change their gender. I guarantee you that's what would fucking happen. But here's the thing. Things are becoming less woke now because they're starting to realize it doesn't work. but the projects that were already in the works are gonna suffer in the interim.
Travis Knight did the Two Strings.
There you go.
But still, first time that came on, I was just, even as an adult, I was captivated. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
Just the movement and the fluidity of everything.
Yeah. I mean, it is really cool, but it's just like, do a live action version of that. It would suck.
Yeah.
Because they don't seem to understand that we don't need humans on screen to connect to it. Because
We need story.
we need story, but also if you're doing a fantastical thing, having characters that don't have to conform specifically
Yes.
to
Don't limit your ability to be fantastical,
yeah.
but allow it to be a fantasy environment.
we
where
have-
things that are beyond the norm, beyond the ability of humans can happen.
What's the word I'm looking? The
Cool.
no.
Neat.
The
Buckfutter.
shut up. No, the disbelief, the suspension of disbelief.
Willing suspension of disbelief.
Yes, so that's what we need. You have to have that, but you don't get that when you put a person out there and you say, "Hey, you're supposed to look like a 600-pound fat dude who's going to go fight a dragon, and you're covered in these crazy leathers and sheepskins." So they have a dude wearing a fat suit to try to be fish legs in How to Train Your Dragon.
And he's moving entirely too fluidly to be
Probably, or he's walking entirely too wrong.
Yeah.
Because you can't, it's hard to portray a fat person when you're not fat. And since you're not allowed to be fat on screen anymore, that's that. We watched the CMAs the other night, and Jessica was talking about how Lainey Wilson's been on Ozempic and lost her ass.
Yep.
Like, she used to be a beautiful, thick girl, like not huge, not fat, just thick. And she's fucking lost her
Well,
ass.
look what
and
happened to
everything.
Meghan Trainor.
Well, Meghan Trainor got in shape and then also became a mom. So now she just
And then
has-
what's the other lady? Sad lady emo balladeer with a piano.
Yeah, to narrow that.
British.
Oh, Adele.
Yeah. There.
Well, no, Adele lost weight because she had legit health problems. But like, she looked good in her mid fatness. Her big fatness, yes, that was a problem. She got up to like 200.
But then on the other side, you got Jelly Roll just jelly rolling, and
Incorrect. He's lost over 100 pounds.
no way.
In the last 8 months, he's changed his diet, changed his eating habits, and he's lost over 100 pounds.
I can see how that
watch his
Ozempic.
Watch his latest episode with Joe Rogan.
I can see how that Ozempic, those trizepatides, have a lot of draw to people. Because I was watching an ad. It stated,
I don't think that's the word you wanted, but yeah.
anyway,
Semaglutide.
yeah, that too.
Yeah.
But they state that 27% of your body weight can be lost in one cycle.
Yeah.
In 6 months.
Yeah. And they don't tell you what is going to
And
be
that would
lost.
take me down to 216 pounds. I can see the draw regardless of the...
Except they don't tell you what you'll lose.
exactly.
They don't say if it's going to be bone, muscle, or fat, or anything else. It's like, or your organs might shut down, or you might have a horrible
I'm not going to
allergic
touch
reaction.
it. I'm going to keep doing my fasting, keep
Yeah.
dropping it in a healthy, slow manner.
Yeah.
I can see how a lot of people looking for that quick fix that don't give a damn about the consequences are grabbing onto that.
I just watched an article. Yes, that's technically true. I watched somebody read an article about Sharon Osbourne, and she got on Ozempic and has permanent damage to her body now. Like, she has an issue where she can't put weight on, and she's like 70 something.
Well, that's a lot of those
She
people
needs-
that did the gastric bypass in the day.
Yeah, so she had all kinds of different surgeries, including plastic surgery and everything else like that, but then also got on Ozempic because somebody told her to, and now it's done permanent damage to her. Like, she can't put on body fat where she needs to. And it's like, the problem is like your body lost its ability to metabolize things in the way it's supposed
She
to.
just looks like a skinny shaved hound dog.
She looks horrible. Like now, the problem is she's lost weight on top of having plastic surgery. So where she had surgery is standing out.
Oh, wow.
It's really bad. And it's like, look, she was never big. She just thought she was. And then because she was on TV all the time on The View and God knows what other shows, she decided she needed to lose weight. Kelly Osbourne lost too much weight. She was huge. So yes, she needed to lose weight just to be healthy.
And then all the people
It went too far.
Then all the people on The View refused to lose weight.
They just need to lose their citizenship.
Dude,
They're all leaving, supposedly.
waiting on it.
It won't happen. Actually, the other thing is they keep saying, it's like, well, they're all going to be fired soon because they keep saying legal things that need to be corrected. It's like, hey, yeah, maybe you shouldn't actually disparage publicly a sitting member of Congress who's knows you said it, stupid.
Yeah.
It's like 2 days in a row they got legal notices they had to read. Because
Damn.
they said shit. Sonny Hostin specifically had to give out legal notices, and that was hilarious watching her get so mad that she was about to fucking scream that she had to read a correction.
I don't pay attention to any of that nonsense.
Oh, this was funny. So, Matt Gaetz, the congressman from Florida, hardcore American type. He's like on the pro-American side. He's MAGA all the way. And Trump wanted him to be his AG. Mm-hmm. He put that out there. So here come all the mudslinging, trying to fucking take him down. There's this lawsuit where he's like did some shit with a 17-year-old girl and took her across state lines and all this stuff. So all that starts coming out of the works. And so they talk about it on The View. Literally, while on the show, they get a legal notice saying that, hey, none of that was ever proven in court and all allegations were dropped by the DA. And Whoopi, they came back from commercial break and they were talking about something and said, Whoopi says, hey, Sonny, you have a legal notice to read. And she's like, yes, I do. And then she's sitting there staring at the prompter and she does this. Like, you can see she's like, fuck. Like, you can tell she just wants to fucking scream because she just wants to fucking talk shit and not be held accountable.
Well, that's it, that people are feeling that a lot of people are lashing out for no reason at all.
No, they're lashing out because they lost. And they're used to winning. They're used to it being their way, whether they're right or wrong. Like, if you're only, we talked about this, I think, last year on the show. If you're only ever told that you're right no matter what you do, when the finally comes around that, by the way, you've been fucking wrong all this time, your entire reality snaps and you start snapping at reality. And when you're on a TV show that gets to just say whatever the fuck they want for the last 10 years, and then all of a sudden, oh, by the way, you can't say that. And then you're just like,
so
fuck, I want to.
So I wonder if any sports books are going to do a month-to-month legal notice wager.
What do you mean?
On The View. Actually take bets
taking
on
bets
how many
on whether
legal
they'll get
notices they're going to have every month.
I'll tell you what, if they keep having more of them, they ain't going to have much of a job anymore. It's like, hey.
How long until they get sued for slander,
That's what they have to do to avoid it.
Okay.
But here's the thing.
What if somebody just doesn't want to give them the chance? Just, hey, we're suing you.
Hey, don't talk about me.
Yeah.
Because you know what's hilarious? The View is considered as a news show.
That is the farthest thing from news that I have ever. That's like we're a diet show.
Yep. I mean, we do talk about diet. We talk about food all the time.
But we suck at it.
We talk about food and drink all the time.
We do.
We are technically a diet show.
But we're not a show about dieting.
We didn't say we were. Actually, no, that's not true. People say that that dieting is that you're doing whatever. Dieting is just following some form of regimen of eating. Doesn't say it has to be healthy. You can be dieting and eating fucking bacon fat on every fucking meal you have. Yeah, roll your fucking eyes over there. It's like a diet is just what
I was just thinking
eat.
that sounds kind of good.
See, we always go with diet is about weight loss. It's like, no, diet
brother.
is just eating. That's all it is.
My grandmother told me stories about the Depression, and
Yeah.
they'd have for dinner
Forced dieting.
bacon grease sandwiches.
Yeah, just spread bacon.
Bacon fat sandwiches.
Basically
on
lard.
bread.
Spread lard on bread, yeah.
'Cause they saved it. She was born in 1913, so as a child she lived through the Depression.
Yeah, so did my dad. Actually, my dad was born in the Depression,
Yep.
33. So, all right, guys, that's going to be it. We got to get going. I'm sure I've already missed a phone call from the wifey. She probably
Have it is. Yeah, I got some time to get to work.
We started late today. It is what it is. So, guys, of course, I hope you had a good Thanksgiving, whatever that might have been for you, or if you haven't had it quite yet, because this is coming out on Black Friday, whatever. And then come back and tell us what you did for Thanksgiving, what your food is. Answer the questions Sean threw out there, by all means. Either write into the email or check out the Facebook. But also, please subscribe. Do the subscribe thing. We need to hit 100. And one last extra boost for Jordan's show at the Table at Madley on December 6th at 7 p.m. I'll link it down below, hopefully to the actual event. And if you guys want to come and support and watch this awesome Elvis impersonator do his thing, because it's his first time doing the Christmas music. So he's got to practice that in his off hours. So, all right, guys. See y'all next time. And with that,
Okay,
bye.